All right. Hello. What is up? Welcome to episode 4, which means this is a full month of LOL Angelz every Wednesday.
Because I didn't even recognize when we were talking in the back. It's a month anniversary of our show. Let's go. I'm super excited.
Exactly. And already I feel like we have a little community of people who are really participating and, showing their creativity like on the Discord. And it's just been this kind of like, mutually inspiring situation, and we're all about it. But we also are a little tired. We're both a little kicked, as they say. Tonight, I woke up like super early at like 6 a.m. Because I had work. I was open. I don't usually open, and I'm a lazy old lady, so I only have like a couple hours of like full energy a day. Right. And like I put it like towards work, I wanted to do a good job because Cam Dog, the main one, who has been out, so I don't want him to come back and it be like everything in disarray because like he was gone.
And no, I completely agree with today. Obviously, people seen me on my gaming stream earlier. That was a little hectic, all over the place. I was just having a bad day. I just kind of woke up in like a more neutral, like down in the dumps kind of tone, and I had to like eat some food, as you see, take a shower. I'm giving more beachy, like summer vibes, because like this is what is gonna like make me feel better. So, and me and Ruby are here regardless what we feel like. We need to encourage you guys. We need to encourage each other, because obviously we've both been having some very long weeks. So
exactly. And it's definitely it's been challenging, but I've felt so much more positivity and love and support just since this show has started, and people have already noticed a change in that I've been able to control my behavior more, which I've definitely had outbursts online that I'm not proud of. And it was edited in a very funny clip. I saw part of it, and I thought whoever edited it did a great job. And it's kind of like promo for the show, because
it definitely is.
Part of this is me and my journey towards growth. I've opened my life up in my journey recovering from fentanyl addiction, and this is the next step of trying to hold myself to an even higher standard of behavior.
Exactly. And I feel like obviously we were talking about this a little in the back, but all of like the things that you guys could be seeing with Ruby, like these are like the little steps, that she has to take to get to a place of full, just straight positivity. She can't just jump from, being the old person she was to being this new and improved being. Like, she obviously is going to cry sometimes. She's going to, maybe rage, quit the stream or something. But those are like signs that she's taking steps to like getting to understand her emotions better and figuring out what she needs to do, maybe taking a little step back from YouTube. So I feel like everything, I don't know, people kind of like take what they're seeing as in like, oh, well, she's still the same person because she's still doing this and that, but they're not seeing the little things that maybe your family or me or just you, your personal self, are seeing. And it's fucked up. But that's what our whole show is.
It is funny though. And like, I get the humor, and I play up that part of me, because I was starting to get sucked into like the more drama part of YouTube. And when I started my channel, I did debates that are like, I enjoy a bit of back and forth and getting fiery. I enjoyed that. But I realized when I'm doing that, I lose control and I'll take it too far, and then I regret it. Like, I always regret it when I'm putting someone down. I don't feel good leaving
and then
I left someone else
apologize, and then it'll just make you seem like, oh, you're even more like out of whack or something. Like, if you go ahead and like do this like spastic or erratic thing and then go back to like apologizing and acting like nothing happened, that is a little, like switch.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. But it kind of super ties into this episode, because what hope is, by definition, is having an optimism and a belief that your future can change, it can get better, and you can play an active role in pursuing that goal. and having that belief and hope, no matter where you're starting from, no matter how fucked up you are, like no matter what you've been through, you can have hope. And as long as you stay focused on that hope and on love and on God or whatever your higher value is, that can bring you to tangible positive results. You know, the other day I came home from work and I like cleared off this whole bookshelf and like organized my books, and I'm doing things that I normally don't do. It's like these little habits are picking up,
And
but
that's
I don't
you're
want to
not
celebrate too early. I don't want to celebrate too early, you know?
not
So I would hope to show people my change, you know, and not explain it. Just, you know, and I like knowing that there's a little fire under my ass of like people who are waiting for me to fuck up, even though it's annoying and makes me sad for humanity. At the same time, it keeps me like, all right, I really got to be on my best behavior. I need to stop fucking up, you know? I need to stop being reckless, you know?
And that's what I'm saying. Even just like the little things you said of just like cleaning your bookshelf off. Like, yeah, they might not be seeing that, but you know that. And that's why you gotta not that's why you gotta not be so hard on yourself though, because you're seeing shit that not like people on YouTube are. And you know, there are like it's hard to ignore the comments, but they aren't living in your real life. They aren't in the same household as you. They don't know what you do on your day-to-day basis. They're just taking what they see and what you post as who you are. And yes, like that could be you, but at the same time, like don't mistake that, you know, there's stuff going on behind the scenes. So, and I don't know, as in today though, we do have some good questions, you know, for you chat. Like obviously our topic today is sorry, I always have to look at my notes because I'd be just forgetting shit.
I mean,
But
basically, it's hope broadly, like hope, and then how that connects to change and what it means to have hope and take proactive steps to make change. And like for me, for example, I'm trying to catch myself when I get into that kind of like debate argument mode and I go claws out. I can feel it happening now. And normally I would indulge it, and that's actually rewarded on YouTube. You get more views if you freak out, you know? But I'm starting to catch it a little more. And just, you know, you can argue or whatever, but I'm, you know, like you pointed out, it's just like not the name calling. I don't need to call people a retard or make these declarative statements about their character.
yeah, exactly. Because you can still say things like, say, obviously, if they're judging you or something, you can say something along the lines of that. But when you go straight for, oh, like, you know, like with 44 dynamic, like, oh, you're autistic or things like that. It's just like, yeah, you might have some thoughts in your head about it, but those are the thoughts that you need to kind of keep away. But it's even kind of going in, but I finally found the topic of the day, hope, progress, and the importance of suffering, because we all know we all need to go through suffering or through those hard times in your life, through the storms, to get out to the better end, to the sunny side, and for you to level up and to learn your lessons to do better. So we're going to be talking a lot about that. We do want to go over like kind of the itinerary of our show again, just in case we have any more, you know, any new viewers, people who forgot what our show's about, anything like that. So Ruby, if you want to start, like I know you have both the notes, but I could read it if you want.
Oh, well, sorry, I just totally blanked.
No, you're good. Well, I can start if you want, and then when it comes to like the Ruby,
I don't have the notes app on my computer. I'm so
it's
like,
okay. So basically,
wait, I just did it to myself. I just called myself so autistic. I know it's like off-putting. I need better words, and I shouldn't be like saying that because I'm still a child of God. I'm insulting one of God's children by insulting myself too.
Exactly. That is,
and then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm telling myself who I am. I'm not a clean person. I'm always late. I'm unreliable, or I'm this. I'm that.
God's name literally means I am too. So that's why when people say like, oh, I, like how you just said, I am not clean, or I am stupid, or I am this, like that's why like people constantly won't get out of their patterns that they're in, or like, oh, if you keep on saying, oh, I'm lazy, or I'm not this great, or whatever, of course you're not going to be that, because that's how you're speaking over yourself. And yeah, I think you made a really good point there, because a lot of people don't realize when you're saying I am and you're talking about yourself, not only are you talking about God, but like you're basically speaking like curses over yourself, and you're speaking bad over your life
into existence.
Exactly.
Thought precedes action. So your thoughts have a direct influence on your action, on your physiology. It's all extremely connected. So people can act like it's totally trite to be like positivity, but like it's absolutely one of the most critical things that you can focus on in life, is making sure that you are searching for meaning, that you're finding your purpose, that you're trying to have a positive impact, that you're reflecting, and that you're building community and connecting with other people. Like that's what we're here for, in my opinion. But I just remembered we were going to read our little I updated like our bio, and we were just going to kind of go over just why we started the show, a little bit of our backgrounds just for the new people. And yeah,
Exactly.
it's okay. I'm getting used to this process of people like having a strong opinion about me and then getting to know me and then softening it up a little bit. So I actually enjoy that process because I'm like, yes, I
No,
got
and I
another one.
it's finally like they're coming around. But all right,
Yeah, and that gives me hope too. Like,
it
that people
absolutely
believe in me.
does. So LOL Angels is a variety show hosted by Ruby and Low, yours truly, guys, where we host discussions, share art, interview guests, and react to clips while cultivating a positive, uplifting community based around our shared values: love, light, positivity, and truth. You already know. We want to encourage others to be able to find meaning and purpose in your guys's and our own life, as we're speaking to each other, obviously, while fighting back against online criticism and spiritual degradation or just spiritual warfare that you're going through on a day-to-day basis. So Ruby found God in 2023. Well, actually, you can explain your part if you want, and then when it comes to just like my God
Yeah,
part,
I mean, I could just give the short stories. Basically, I had struggled with substance abuse for a long time. I had 8 years clean, and then after the death of my brother and the pandemic, that 1-2 punch, I was beaten down my life, and I made some horrible choices when I got involved with an ex who was using, and I relapsed and got extremely addicted to fentanyl and Xanax and crack for 2.5 years. I was completely gone, spiritually dead. And eventually I got fired, and that cut off the main engine that was supplying the drugs. And I went to detox on a friend's couch because I'd gone to rehabs and they cost a lot of money, and it just was not an option. So we were DIYing it. And during, this intense, horrific withdrawal and pain and not sleeping and desperation, it's literally undescribable suffering that you go through. But I, called out to God, and he responded, even though I had never been a believer, or I had been, like, I was raised Christian. My parents were church leader. My mom was worship leader. My dad played guitar in the church. So I'd been raised in that environment, but ever since I was 11, I had turned away from it, and I just didn't believe it. And that's what's brought me here today. I've been clean since June of 2023, except for I had a 1-day relapse in May of last year. But anyway, I'm coming up on almost a year of being fully clean again, except for I do smoke weed.
no,
Those are a lot of qualifications, but my life is very different. And I lost 50 pounds this year.
I think that me or Mr. Stinky Brew, we could like make you what are those coins called? Like 1 year sobriety coins for you?
Oh yes.
But we could
Dude,
make
I
it
never
like,
got one.
we can make it
I
like
mean, I
nice
was
and
clean
CBD
for
style.
years, but I still would have I would still do like Adderall or Xanax or like mess around with whatever. And for me, the only drug that I do that I'm not prescribed is weed. And there could be issues with that and it making me more lazy. But it also helps with some chronic pain and nausea and anxiety that I have. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think everyone has their own path. This is mine. And what I hope is that other people can find hope in my story, not because I'm perfect, but because I survived something that a lot of people go through, and that a lot of people think there's
like
no
Ruby,
other
like if we're
side
being
to.
100% honest, like even Eric made a point, like fentanyl takes most people, like
100,000 people a year.
you
100,000 people a year. More than
that's what I'm saying. You could have possibly not even been here today. So the fact that you're here today, alive and sober, to tell your truth, like a lot of people should be able to, not even if it's just like, oh, taking a life lesson or maybe like understanding you, but have like some sort of type of like compassion, like, wow, there's people in this world that actually can change. So that should give people hope in itself alone. But people like
or
to
at
look at
least you can look at my life and be like, hey, like I didn't make those mistakes. Or, some people like to laugh at me and like, my fuck ups and whatever. And, it's fine as long as they're lighthearted about it. I just am trying to step away from the kind of like more hateful energy and the trolling culture, which is basically just when you go around intentionally trying to aggravate and cause emotional harm to strangers. That's like a pastime online, and I don't know why it's like normalized. Like, oh, I'm trolling. That's okay. I don't know. It's like I get it, but I also don't and it's just not what I want to do. I want to be authentic online so I could connect with other people who have similar experiences.
right.
That's that.
And then about me,
you.
I like, okay, what you gave kind of back like a life backstory, or would you
I
give?
know. Wow. I was like, my eyes are like welling up. I'm like,
I'm like, should I like talk
all right,
about
you do not have to. We're
like I
both
do
tired. You
be
don't have to
vulnerable.
match that energy. Like,
I like to be vulnerable, obviously, like um I wasn't raised on like any like Christian values, or like I didn't go to church. That's not what my parents kind of raised me to be. My life was okay though. I had good parents that were there for me. Um I don't know. I don't talk about my past a lot, so it's hard, guys, like being vulnerable.
it's hard
Uh
because people target, unfortunately, due to certain collaborations I've done, there are like specific, like very intense trolling communities that have been targeting both of us with the goal of kind of breaking us down. And so it as much as we don't want that to affect us, of course it's gonna be in your mind, like they're gonna clip this, they're gonna clip that, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that,
yeah,
they're gonna make it seem like, oh, here come the crocodile. It's like, everything's gonna be read the worst way, but that's how some people view the world, is through, they project a hateful lens onto everything. And
right.
I'd rather project a positive lens. And like, I don't know.
Yeah, facts. I mean, I would just say like, I had mostly like obviously a good life. Obviously traumatic things have happened to me in my life that we don't need to bring up, but I'll say like, cuz I've been vulnerable about it even on my own channel, like I would say one of the biggest like things that I had to overcome was my dad dying at the age of 16, and that obviously left me in like sort of a depression, and I was probably depressed for a good like 3 to 4 years. And no, that time of my life, like I could be open more with that than anything. But that time of my life, I'm not going to say I was suicidal, but I had those thoughts, and, I did go through things. There was just a lot of things. And then, obviously I tried to get better slowly but surely. And then God came into my life very unannounced, unbeknownst, in the most like weirdest way ever. But it was like just a switch kind of clicked in my head for me. Everything, like my mindset changed. And then from that day, that was like about over a little bit 2 years ago, I have just gotten better from there. Obviously, have became celibate. I'm trying to like obviously stop smoking in the meantime. That's a one harder for me. I'm trying to stop cussing. I'm trying like
Mhm.
to respect my family more, honor my parents more, obviously things because I believe in the Bible. But other than that, it's like obviously all that bad stuff happened in my past, but I like to focus I'm a very present person. I like to focus on what's going on in my day-to-day life, what I can do to be a better person today, the next minute, the next day, the next week. But also not focus too much on the future, because like you can get lost in that, just how you can get lost in the past too. And I don't know, I just try to like just focus on my day-to-day life, and I definitely see the progress that I make within myself. So I try not to give myself a hard time. But other than that, like, yeah, that's really like what I can give so far on my journey. I can't give too much info out now,
Yeah.
guys.
So we're just coming here as two people. We're not like experts on anything or trying to preach anything. This is more about creating like a community that's just based around other people who are searching for more meaning and searching for connection, and trying to find out what it means to have like to be in good spiritual health and to feel like you can face the world like you have a why that can take you through anyhow, or whatever the quote is.
Exactly. And then let's see, guys. So obviously last week was our third week. We talked about what it was like to be online and the persona or personality that you would take on. If you do, if you don't. We talked about identity and who you would define yourself as. Me and Ruby both wrote like a long like page essay of like who we would define ourselves as. We had OPC Dawn as our guest last week, and we showed off our art. My little rock back there. Ruby showed off the edit that she made to give you guys the recognition, which we did want to talk about a drawing board for that in a little bit. What else? We have two potential guests today. I think I seen one in the comments. Jimmy was Ruby's guest that she had invited. And I have Bubbles, aka Mr. Trump, that does impressions, just so we can bring in a little fun. Not sure exactly if we're 100% on the guest, but we'll try. We also have show and tell today. We're going to be show and telling you guys something with a story that goes along it or behind it. Obviously, we have our scripture of the day. We'll be reading that. We'll be getting into that. We do need to say what's up to the chat and obviously people in the chat, so we can start that. We can start that before we get into too much.
Yeah, we're already almost at 50, which is great. I really do feel like we're building a strong community because people are looking for something meaningful, and every other place is like just overrun by like people who are just like drenched in irony and cynicism and nihilism and destruction. And you can choose to live a different way, and it seems better.
Well,
and there's no show fee. Oh my god, do not even start with that kind of stuff.
This is on LOL Angels, guys. Like, please take that some break. But shout out to Truth Junkie, shout out to EAE, Napstar, Sino Rage, Range, sorry, Eric, Talmit, of course, for being the best mod, Stevie, of course, as always, YouTube.
Psychoman 90.
Who else? Alex Moore in the building. We got Universal Jones, of course. Shout out to you. Psycho Man, Polly. I think I already said EAE. Ignite TV. He said, "Sup, birthday girl to you, Ruby." If you didn't see that.
Oh yeah. So yeah, my birthday is in 2 days. I'm turning 35. And I'm not big on birthdays. I was supposed to go to a K-pop concert, but that plan unfortunately has fallen through. But I'm also kind of relieved because my health is up and down and it's a huge like ordeal. So I'm going to be mellow this year. But I did make an Amazon wish list just in time. And one of the items that we have on that is a bunch of hats like this so that we can make personalized merchandise for you guys. I've gotten mega compliments on this hat. Like, surprisingly, I think it's actually like a good advertisement, and it's cute too.
If we could get like LOL Angels embroidered into the hats and then we like sign them with obviously our own ads, that's what I think will make it better, because we can get good quality hats and even get them embroidered. Shit. Eventually, when my blanket business continues to boost up, guys, I'll eventually get a sewing machine and I can make them myself. But we just want to be able, like, for the future of the show, or like tossing out some ideas, pitching some ideas. So we have the hats, we have like, we can make stickers. It's very cheap to make stickers for the LOL Angels.
Yeah, and also it helps get the word out so that people can know what we're doing, see if it's something they'd like to get involved in, because we're trying to build something into a community, and every single person, that leaves a little uplifted, that they're just filled up with that much more joy and hope that they can then pass on to other people. And to me, that gives me a sense of meaning and purpose in my life, and in its own tiny way. And yeah, time out, Foreman. We were like being vulnerable, and I heard, you have an issue with that, but he just was like trauma dump, and it's like, it's like people saying comments like that, which is why people hold so
That's
much.
what I'm saying. Like, it's not like a comment enough to like get banned, but it's still like enough for a timeout. Because, bro, like, just sit your ass. No offense.
It's just like, read the room. But he's not like he's not here to be genuine. He's always in troll mode. He's not. But we do have faith that people can snap out of that zone. We've seen it happen. And actually, unfortunately, one of those people left the server. Z-Star is MIA. Well, not missing in action. He's taking a break from Discord, which I actually find to be a very healthy thing to do. And I'm probably due for an extended break from the internet. I've been taking little, mini breaks and just trying to unplug more. But, at first I was, kind of bummed and sad because he was a great like success story in our community of someone who's like softened up.
It's like a steak. It's like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. But I'm not eating the bread because, like, I don't know. I'm a weirdo. Anyways.
I know, we missed it. He was doing so well, but like part of doing well is maybe he realized like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be wasting all my time on Discord. Like that's a beautiful thing. I loved having him in our community, and like I said, I like winning people over. That's like a challenge I enjoy. Like when I was a server, instead of letting tables get the better of me, no matter how they acted, I would try to like win them over, And I'm trying to stay in that mode, because you can get way better results than like just lowering yourself to their level. It's like, why not always aim higher?
Right.
It seemed like a good move. Like Monty just came back to Discord, and she had taken a break for a while. It's good to do, but
I'm not gonna lie.
I was scared for a minute. I was like,
sometimes I feel like I indulge too much into it too. I definitely I feel like don't do it as much as other people, but sometimes I will be like, oh, like Discord over YouTube any day. But yeah, sometimes I feel that I do got to take a step back. Like even like over this weekend, like yesterday and even really today, I did go on stream, but I have not been in the Discord because, like, listen, guys, sometimes it's too hectic in there for me. I gotta take a break. I gotta take a step back.
Relentless traumas. Like, and thanks so
Mhm.
much to the people who've been helping with moderating, especially like Talmit, Stevie, Doge. Like, it helps a lot. And I can see they're starting to know what to look out for and just catch, bad actors, because I want to give anyone a chance, but there are people who intentionally go in with the intent on, like, disrupting the community. So if someone has that intention and is just like trying to destroy us, obviously to protect the integrity of our community, we have to remove those people, and any reasonable person understands that. Like,
But I feel like a reasonable person understands it, but there's a lot of unreasonable people out there that don't understand it.
I'm learning that's why I feel the need to even explain it, because they make me feel terrible anytime I remove someone or ban them or silence them, but they don't realize you're not the only person fucking with me. It's like there's dozens of people who go out of their way to try to disrupt my life in little ways, but it's a nuisance. It is a nuisance, and I eventually do get kind of fed up.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I even brought this up when we were in the back. Like, guys, we have to also like think about I think it was our second episode where we covered basically like the spirits that run through people and why it's impossible to talk to people that have spirits running through them, or they're the certain type of person. Maybe they're miserable, maybe they're hateful, they're angry. It's like talking to a brick wall. And some people even tell me that, like, I'm like talking to a brick wall, but at least I'm a positive brick wall. Shit, like, I'll take that over being
Dude, and that's what I admire so much in you. It's like you having control. I, especially after my psychotic break last year, I was institutionalized, unable to connect with reality for 2 weeks against my will, and it was scary. It was a process, like being able to come back from that. I forgot where I was going with that. Wait, what did you say just before that?
Talking about what had happened in the second week of just basically people being like a brick wall and whatever, regardless what you say to them, regardless.
Oh, I was gonna say I referred that psychotic break because after that I lost my filter in a horrible way. Like, actually, no, like any bad thing in my mind. It took me months to come back, really. So it's been this like long process, and I'm trying every day. But it's something I've really struggled with, is being able to filter my reactions, not give in to those little things. Like, sometimes I'm good about it, but it's still bad.
But I was gonna say is I feel like, it can
this
be
is typed so like Grace too. That's so funny. I'm banning them.
but
or am I being paranoid? Like, that's just like,
yeah,
I mean, do you just time people out and ban them for having different opinions than you and your mods? No, I don't think so. Is there someone, is it the 666 person who threatened Talmit's life that you're talking about?
Oh yeah, no, he came into my Discord, or not my Discord. He came on my stream today and told me
him or one Grace or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he said that you had blocked him because you thought that he was threatening people's life, but really he was like saying something else. I'm not sure. He wanted me to talk to you about it, so we can. But I'm like,
on top of all that, his username was like 666 Satan worshiper, and he was also primarily a troll. And I'm willing to give people chances, but what I honestly believe, I don't believe he's sincerely wants to be a part of the community. I think he's a troll. This makes us a target by saying we're positive. That's like a big sign that's like, hey, fuck with us. It makes people want to break.
And no, I respect your opinion too. I tell people all the time, obviously, people do try to come to me and ask to get unbanned, but I'm like, listen, I'll talk to Ruby about it, and I'm going to respect her opinion. And if she says like, no, she doesn't want you in there, then by all means, I'm sorry, my guy. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, there's certainly people about it. 666. I don't really know. I have mixed feelings on it. Like, it just doesn't, he's never really felt like a positive contribution, like, especially in Angelz chat. Like, he's always saying kind of like stuff that's like pro Satan. It's like, I don't know. It just seems like,
yeah, no, I kind of agree.
Maybe not our bot. Like, maybe, I don't know. 100%. But so I mixed. Maybe we'll give him another chance on just like, on
I mean, we can talk about it outside of the stream too. Like, because it was like Eric W. Eric was banned, but I unbanned him because even you said, I think we banned
yeah, Eric is fine. Yeah. There's been people who got swept up during troll raids when people were like spamming my porn name and stuff. So I apologize to anyone who is like wrongfully banned. We will absolutely, give them a chance, and I'm open to giving 666 a chance if you think it sounds like a good idea to give
When he was
666 a chance.
like I look
don't
at
know,
the
man.
name, I look at the name and I'm like, yeah, it definitely does give me red flags. But like
And
he
then the
just with your channel, obviously that too. But then he's in my chat and it's like he doesn't really ever say anything crazy or out of pocket. And like he even like you know, oh W
I
low,
mean,
like
he
shout
can
out
have
to
another
us.
chance, and then it's like if he starts, you know, being obviously disruptive, then he'll.
And no, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I was like, listen, we might be able to give you another chance, but it, like who you are will really show. So it's like, even if I do unban you, if you are going to come in here and act a fool, you're going to do that and you're just going to get banned again then. So
Wait, but I also want to respect, he threatened Talmud.
no, and that's what I'm
That's
saying.
not fucking
Literally
cool. We
in the
can't, it ruins our community to have people in there who threaten others. That should
maybe
be
we need to have like him do like a written apology to Talmud or something.
I mean, I wasn't there during their interaction.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know the whole story, but Talmud, like you can obviously Talmud, you can put your opinion into like, do you care? Do you want to talk about it? Would you like an apology? Like, do you think he should not be in the channel? Because we obviously take our mods' opinions into consideration, very much so. So
yeah, when he was the one threatened, maybe it should, I don't know, maybe I don't know.
Someone said shave his eyebrows.
Yeah, what's the punishment?
This is not LOL cow or whatever. This isn't LOL cow angels. This is LOL angels, okay?
Yes.
We're not shaving nobody's eyebrows.
Speaking of, I got tagged a couple times in the LOLcow Live Discord. They were like, "Are you alive?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I just have been, healthily trying to spend less time like on Discord, and this is like I'm taking these changes more seriously, and part of that is because of LOL Angels. I'm trying to create accountability, and have a reason to be like, I want to have everything set up and looking nice because we're doing the show, and I want to show the improvement, so it's a good inspiration. 100%. I mean, it's fine to like joke around and make fun, but it's like a lot of people are coming from like Grace's community, and that's the exact opposite of how I want to build a community is how they do theirs. So and obviously people are going to be confused coming here from there, being like, "What? I'm used to like spamming the N word."
I like to remind our viewers also, like, guys, we have our own separate channels. Me, Riding High with Low, Ruby SpaceX. Like, we're not so. It's not we're both like, obviously we want to be positive people all around, but the whole point for LOL Angels is to like straight positivity. So if you want to like talk about your curious questions, I'm not saying that one question earlier, but just like questions you have that you probably would know, okay, they're not gonna want in the chat of LOL Angels, just go to our regular channels and ask us, because we're not that like. I mean, shit. I mean, I don't know, Ruby. You do be banning people. I don't ban people, but like,
the thing is, I do like a mass unban. Like,
yeah, no, you do. You
so, really but that's why I have to ban so much. I'm not banning new people. It's always the same people. So that's why it's like at a certain point,
they keep on making like new accounts. So that is true. It's usually the same people over and over again. Like,
yeah. So it gets crazy and. I don't know. I'm learning as I go. Like, it's been my first year, like, doing streaming like this on YouTube. When I first came back to YouTube and around the pandemic before I relapsed, I was doing like edited content, and then I just started going on streams, and then, everything got totally derailed. So I feel like I am just learning as I go, and there's been a huge learning curve, and I have not been proud of all of my behaviors, and I want to be better. And no, this isn't like we want to definitely not be doing like, I mean, we're open to discussing anything, but I don't want it to be like we're not aiming it to be like any kind of like debate channel or trying to like.
We can have conversations, we can have, discussions, but as in debates are too close to arguments, and we're not arguing with nobody. But no, Napstar, you are absolutely true. He said when Ruby and Low join channels, it creates an angel. Boom. Facts.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But okay, so do you want to do the daily scripture and then we can do our show and tell? I think that would be perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so, and if I'll read the scripture of the day with like the definition, and you can read the daily devotional since I did that one last week.
Sure.
All right. So guys, the scripture of the day that we have for you guys today is Psalm 23:4. And it is, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So this verse is one of the most well-known and beloved passages in the Bible, and I definitely agree with that. I've known this passage since literally a child, before I even knew that it came from the Bible.
Mm-hmm. It's in like oh, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
And it's in a lot of songs. It's in a lot of songs too.
Because it's very iconic, and it is comforting. And it's like, once you believe that and know that you can really connect to God and rely on him for strength, and that becomes a reality to you, that changes everything.
It really does. You know? But it's so like the passage serves as a source of comfort and strength for countless people throughout history. The context of the verse comes from the 23rd Psalm. In the chapter, David uses the metaphor of a shepherd guiding his flock to depict God's care and provision for his people. I'm sorry. The shepherd's presence and guidance are emphasized as the ultimate source of security and comfort for the sheep. In verse 4, David speaks of walking through the valley of the shadow of death, a place of darkness, danger, and uncertainty. Despite the daunting nature of this journey, David declares his confidence and trust in God, stating that he will never fear any evil because of God's presence and protection. The imagery of walking through the valley of the shadow of death conveys the idea of facing life's most difficult and challenging circumstances. So it serves as a powerful reminder of God's faithfulness and steadfast love, providing hope and comfort in difficult times. I absolutely agree with that. And I love that scripture, because it's like how you explain it. When you finally do, if you do end up getting into tune with God, and you start to read some of the scriptures and some of the promises that he makes to us, and you do have that faith and that hope, and you know that he's really there for you, like that, this like scripture basically just shows you, you know, like he tells you, I'm your rod, I'm your staff, I'm going to comfort you. So no matter what you're going through, no matter what storm you feel like you can't get out of, like if you have trust and faith in me that I can get you through that, then I will. And you should fear no evil. And I don't know, it helps me definitely get through life. Like even just, you know, the scripture of trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Like just little scriptures like that. It's like they can run through your head, and they can definitely make a difference in a situation where, you know, even just for you, Ruby, where you could like be online and you feel like you're going to be triggered or something, and you think about a prayer that runs through your mind and instantly calms you down.
This one is, I don't know if it's pronounced Philippines or Philippines. I'm not sure, but do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. And it's been so amazing. I struggled. I'd never had belief in God. And once I did, I've still struggled with it. And I've called it all kinds of names. I've been like, I'm an agnostic Christian. I'm still not sure where I stand on that. But I do know that I felt this overwhelming connection to God. That's what my experience has felt like. And, you know, before I tried to quit fentanyl many fucking times, I couldn't. I ran out of detoxes, literally, like insane. And like, I could have gone out that day, relapsed and died, you know, and my mom could have lost another child. Everything is at stake, you know? So if you have one thing that you can hold on to that gets you over to a better decision, to a better place. And for me, it was God in that moment. And that's why I so much want to share that with other people, in hopes that they can also connect in the way that we both have found.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I always pray to God, like, you know, obviously it's very, very good to pray for yourself, over your family and friends, but it's also very important to pray over just the whole world and, you know, people that you don't know. But I always ask God to like just give people a little piece of just what he's given me, like the comfort and the joy and, you know, the faithfulness that he's given me, and just the feeling of like, I don't know, like the feeling that I have when like I'm talking to God, or like I feel his presence, is like better than anything in this whole world, better than smoking weed, better than whatever you want to put it as. And like, I always ask him to just give that to people in the world, because I feel like once people feel that, that's when it really like clicks for you. And you're like, damn, like, you know, he is here. I can feel him. It's like, you don't need that seeing proof, because you can just feel it and you believe it in your soul, you know?
Exactly. Like when I first went to rehab in 2021, I went to this like really nice rehab, and they had such an emphasis in spirituality. And I rejected it just conceptually. I was like arguing with him. I was like, I don't get how it's different than just having an intense feeling or these other things. I just don't get it. And I didn't get it until I lived it. And it's just one of those things that no one could have convinced me. And I bargained with God too. And I was like, you know, if you give me a high better than any high, you know, or like, I'm like, if you do this, if you do that. And in the end, he did. And it's only been, I mean, obviously it's not only an upward trajectory because I'm still human. I fail, you know, and fall short of God's glory every single day.
We all do.
But I'm
We all
always
do. But
trying to
really quick, Universal said if like we don't end up having our guests or if they flake or anything, he can come up and talk about growth after tragedy and adversity if you both want, because he is a psychologist and he, believe me, he helps.
awesome. I didn't know that.
Like, yeah. So you know, and that's the thing. Like, that's why I always tell you, like, shout out to Universal, big ups, because he really is the person that, you know, the things that I try to like convey and talk about, I probably don't put in the best of words, but he's just one of those people that's like, obviously, when you can understand everything that he's saying because he is a psychologist, he knows how to talk to people, he knows like the thinking and the mindset, or just like the psychology, obviously, behind a mindset and why people think what they think, and it's a very good, it's a good like a point of view to get from him, I think, because he gets a lot of different points of views and gets to meet a lot of different people with all different types of mindsets. So he would be a great person.
So he could see what works for people, what doesn't work. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So
but okay, so obviously I read that.
Yeah, let me read mine. So today's February.
Well, I was gonna say, do you want to wait till the end to read your daily devotional?
Yeah, we can wait till the end because you just read your part. We can just come back to it.
Well, I was gonna say, like, we could just do the what's it called? The scripture of the day, and then we can do the scripture of the day, and then we can do the our what's it called? Show and tell. Yeah, show and tell. Show and tell.
Dude, I told you.
We obviously already talked about the hats and stuff. We can talk about the drawing board. And before we do the show and tell, I do want to ask one of the questions that I put in my notes, and Ruby has a few more questions for the chat. Do you guys believe that suffering can impact your life in a good way? Or do you think that suffering is only here to be a negative or to just put you through pain? Or what do you guys think about suffering? Is it put in your life in a good way? Can it impact in a good way? Is it only impacting in a bad way? What do you guys think? But all right, let's get into this exciting show and tell. Ruby, would you like to go first?
Yes. Here's mine. Okay. So this is very rare.
Do you want to pull yourself up? Do you want to pull yourself up?
Yeah. Let me pull myself up. It's a family heirloom that my grandma gave to me. She was like going through some old things. I love how these look because it looks like almost like bad taxidermy. I find them very aesthetically pleasing. I have a couple of them, but this one was just right here. So I was like, I need to show this. But they're actually worth like $500,000 for these rare stuffed animals because they've been around since the 1950s. It even still has like its little like tag on it, original, made in Germany, Steiff.
Wow.
Anyway, I think it's super cool, and I'm very close with my grandparents. I love my grandma, my grandpa. You know, my grandpa retired in his early 50s so he could be with his grandkids more. So I truly had an idyllic childhood in a lot of ways, you know, up until some life happened.
It's nice that you have the memories of even if you know your grandparents aren't gone, or are they gone? But it's just
they're
like
still alive, but you know, probably not for much
longer. Ruby, no, that's so funny. That's not funny, but it's just like I feel it because you know me and my parents were actually just talking about like just you know people getting older and people have to die, and it is sad, but it's like it's a part of life, and we kind of just got to get through it. But it is very sad. But I agree with BB. It's very cute. I love it a lot. My show and tell, guys, I kind of got like two things. My necklace is, first of all, number one of them. As you guys see, I usually wear my regular silver necklace, but my stepdad did make this for me when I was like 13 or 14 years old, and I've never worn it ever. And I had it this whole time, and I actually just decided to wear it today because I was like, I don't know. I just felt like giving, you know, fun, funky vibes, my funky
Dude,
flow.
I literally almost wore like the same. I was gonna wear a necklace that my brother made. It's just like, oh, that's
Really?
so trippy. Yeah, but then I was like, I don't want to cry, so I just
No,
like, I
stop.
can't.
Because I felt
Dude.
the same. When I took it out, because I literally had this like box full of jewelry that I didn't know that I still had, and it had like some of the old stuff my grandma gave me, some things like that. And I found this necklace, and I was like, oh my gosh, it just made me want to cry. So I had to put it on and wear it today. But
So wait, let me put you. Oh my god, you're not even. I want to see it
oh, you're
better.
good. You're good. But it's like a starfish with like little things and purple. These used to be my favorite colors, like purple and pink and orange. And yeah, he makes jewelry and necklaces like that, whatever. But then
Wait, chat, what's your favorite color now? Y'all should know. Sorry,
my favorite color is green now, guys. It's been green since I've been like fucking 15 years old. But I do have one more story for you guys. This is like an actual show and tell. And this one, it kind of goes, it doesn't really like tie in with LOL Angels, but I thought it was a cool like show and tell story for you guys to have, because it's a glitch in the Matrix story, but with actual like proof that I have of both. So basically I'll bring out both of them. Let me see. So I have two of these things, guys. These are basically like corn, like these are dried corn inside, and people like buy these, women buy these that they can heat up in the microwave, and you basically use them as like a heating pad, or I just set it on my desk and set things on them. But you see that there's two here, okay, guys? Well, just imagine one. I got this one for Christmas, probably, I don't know what year it was. I just got it one year for Christmas, whatever. And the person who got it for me got her daughter one, got herself one, and got me one. So she got all of us, obviously, all different colors. Hers was like, her daughter's was like snow, like inspired, like winter inspired. Hers was like flower inspired. And they knew that I liked tie-dye, so they got me this tie-dye one, okay? Probably like 2 years after me having this, I was just looking into all my stuff. You know, I'm the type of person to like keep stuff in like boxes and like storage them away, because like, I don't know, I just am that type of person. So I was looking for something specific that I think I was looking for my stickers, my box of stickers that I have, because I like to collect little fucking shit. And I had like two places that all my stuff was in. I had one that was like in the basement underneath the stairs, and then in the room that I was staying in. So like when I went and checked in my stuff in the room, I obviously seen it in my stuff, and I didn't think anything of it, because obviously that was a gift 2 years ago. I barely used it. It just sat in my storage. I go downstairs in the basement underneath the stairs. I start going through the stuff, and I see the second one. And I'm like, so I grab the second one, and I go back upstairs to the stuff in my room, and I grab the first one, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sitting there for a second, like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, actually, like, how the fuck do I have two of these? And I'm like really sitting there thinking, like, could I have gotten a second one? Like, could I have, you know, I don't know. Like, but in my head, I'm like, no, I know for a fact that I wouldn't have ever gotten a second one, because not only did I not know these were a thing, so I didn't know where to get them. Like, she got these personally made for us, so I don't know where the fuck she bought them from. And secondly, why would I, if I ever got a second corn bag, a bag full of corn, why would I get the same exact colored version of it? You know what I mean?
So weird.
I literally told everyone in the house that I was with, and they all kind of like just blew past. They're like, oh yeah, that's crazy. I'm like, no, like, guys,
It's really crazy.
it's really wild. And even though like that's like back when I used to like believe in like big conspiracies, obviously like we're in the glitch of a matrix, and like we're in a fucking what do they call that,
Like a simulation.
And basically still to this day, guys, I'm not even like, I don't even swear to God, but like I swear I did not buy another one. I don't know where the second one came from, but
Dude.
when I found this second bag, these have stayed together since then, because if this one ever disappears, that's how I know I'm not fucking crazy. Like, and guys, like, I feel like no one's even really like, Ruby, you're probably like taking it in, but like, does anyone understand how crazy this actually is? Like, guys, I have two of the same bags. Like, where the fuck did this second one come from?
That's
I don't know.
insane.
That's my show and tell. I had a glitch in the matrix story happen, but I have like most people who tell that story don't like tell their glitch in the matrix stories. Like, they don't have proof. They just say like, oh, this is what happened to me, blah, blah, blah. But like, I actually have proof because it's
That's
wild.
fucking
It's so
crazy.
wild. It's so wild. It's so wild. And I will never get over it ever. So yeah, that's
I fucking love things like those too that you can like microwave. They like have these new stuffed animals at Walgreens that are filled with like beans and you can microwave them and it's like I
it's
don't
like
know,
that.
they're like sensory.
Hmm.
Sensory. I love
So
it.
yeah, those are my two show and tell, my stories and my things that I have. But yeah, no, the story of the necklace, I do love that just because like even when like I was a kid, like I did probably put it on like twice. I put it on twice and then I just put it in some stuff and let it sit there. And now as an adult, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's actually so cute and I want to wear it all the time now.
It is. It's really cute. That makes me want to put on the other necklace, but I'm
Me
also afraid of it
too.
breaking. All right, I'll put it on because
I was
whatever.
gonna say,
Like,
you
I've
don't
kind
have to
of
wear it
already
even for the
tried. I've
whole.
tried on the internet so many times. It's just like it's gonna get clipped regardless.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, guys, for dropping so many
Yeah,
F.
that's what they thrive on. You gotta feed the sociopaths with my tears. Otherwise, how could they survive?
I know I dropped so many F-bombs,
Psychopath.
guys, but that story is just so wild to where the point, like, every time I tell that story to someone, like, nobody, like, really is like, damn, like, where did that second bag come from? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, so nobody ever gives me the energy of the story that I need. So I gotta, like, drop some F-bombs so you guys understand how serious I am.
Dude.
Even if it was
Simulation. No anti. Oh my god.
what would have created the thing running the simulation? Listen, I don't even know if I believe in the simulation, but all I know is I got two corn bags right here. So whatever fucking happened, something glitched in my life to make that second bag popped up. So
I mean, I've looked into things, about how it is a fact that when you what we perceive as reality is not how it actually is. Our brain is filling in a lot of gaps, and they've done studies, of like quantum mechanics where a particle changes based on if you're looking at it or not. It'll be either a particle or a wave based
Mhm.
on if you're looking at it. You change, so it's proof that there is an influence there. So there is some merit, even more so on like a scientific level, to the positive thinking, the active imagination, imagining, be clear, what do you want? Like what I had some other questions.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
you can
mine was
your questions. We can have ask those, and then whenever you're done with those, do you want to open up the panel to our two guests? Not like we can have an open panel if you want at like the end after we're done with that, and maybe one of the videos that we have planned. But I would rather just bring up the guests now so we don't get too like into the video,
yeah.
in and
It'll
whatever.
take forever. That's a good idea to do it towards the end, and then it's more like low key too.
Exactly.
So I
So
wrote down a bunch of
I do see Jimmy and Alex Jones, aka Mr. President, aka Bubbles, in the chat. So either of you guys can come up. We can bring both of you guys up at the same time, but we'll probably just do one at a time. I'm
True,
sure
yeah, I think there'd be very different vibes.
that's what I was gonna say. Jimmy, I know you told me that he probably will be talking about just like his journey in life and stuff like that. So maybe we should bring him up second because I know Mr. President, he is coming up to bring the entertainment of the impressions and just talk to us, get to know us a little bit about LOL Angels, I'm sure. And I don't think he would probably want to be up here for that long. So maybe we should do him first. If you guys still want to come up. You guys don't have to come up if you don't want to. Our guy Universal Jones got you guys backed up, so don't
Exactly.
worry.
We got options. So no pressure. Whatever, if you feel compelled to come up and like you want to share, we would love to hear your stories. But a lot of the reason hope was on my mind and heart is because I finished this book, Man's Search of Meaning, which is very famous. I mentioned it before. But I mean, it just really laid out just in plain terms how critical hope is. It is just necessary for survival. It's like water, air, it's a non-negotiable in a way. But I wrote this down. I said, hope is a belief that things will be better. You can have specific hopes for the future, though. Like, one of my hopes is that this show, makes people feel like they have a supportive community. That's a hope that, I'm hoping for. And then I wrote, can you give someone hope? Because what I also hope is that I can share hope,
I think that you can definitely obviously give people hope, even just with me and you, we give each other hope every day, you know, like just texting each other, encouraging each other, us coming up on the panel every Wednesday, every week. That both gives us hope that, you know, what we're doing and our efforts towards the show is working. It gives us hope that, you know, maybe one day we will be monetized. It gives us hope that maybe one day, you know, our, like how you said earlier with, I forget who you had brought up, but bringing some people around that might not necessarily understand why we're doing what we're doing at first. And then they'll come around and see the positivity that we're
Oh,
trying
well, that's Jimmy. Jimmy, he I mean, you know, people, if you're just learning about me, maybe from like Grace, you know, you're going to get a certain image. And then there's a plenty of clips of me acting foolish online because I've been streaming like nonstop this whole year, you know. I mean, and that's not an excuse. I need to behave better, but I'm just saying, I do think I really try to have more positive interactions online. So I don't think I'm like as monstrous as they make me out to be, but you know, I even be able to perceive that? I don't know, but I wrote, I'm very open about the obstacles I've faced. I share my experience of hope to other addicts or people facing grief, loss, depression, social anxiety. Just say like, hey, you know, I've been through these things too, and I'm still happy. I'm still making a life that I love, and I'm excited to wake up, even though it's a simple life. Yes, I work in a bookstore. I have a small apartment. I don't even have a car. A lot of things are fucked up, but every day I wake up and I have so much more hope than I ever have. You know,
I mean,
just
that's
keeps coming back to that word.
We're
Like,
alive. We have a new day to be nice to someone. We have a new day to improve our lives, to be who we want to be. Like, and I feel like a lot of people, you know, they think, oh, you know, I'm getting older, I'm losing time. But no, like every day is a brand new day to start something new and fresh. If you don't want to be a piece of shit, you can literally change that exact same day and be someone different. Obviously, like I said, even with Ruby, you know, you're not going to change from this completely different person. It's going to take a little bit of time, but as long as you're putting in that effort and you start to see the little things that are showing, then you are changing. And, you know, there are things flourishing in the background that others might not be seeing. And even like, I feel like, you know, the phrase, fake it till you make it, like it somewhat has some truth to it because like, just because someone might not be positive, if they tried to start being positive and they start, you know, like doing more positive things, reading more positive quotes, things of that sort. That is like
upward spiral.
internally that, yeah, that's internally setting in your body. So regardless if you want it to like change your mindset and your values in life, it's doing that regardless if you want it to or not, because you're filling yourself and surrounding yourself with that positivity and the goodness that you need in life. So I think that phrase, I always like to think of that phrase. People think of the phrase, you know, fake it till you make it as a bad thing. Like they usually use it in the term of like, or the context of like confidence or maybe like your job career wise. But I love to use it in, you know, positivity and like happiness, because hey, if I can fake the happiness, you know, I'll be able to get to the true happiness one day. And in the meantime, like at least I'm still filling my ears with all the positivity and good things in life, even if there are some bad things going on in my mind. Like,
People are asking, I mean, I would love for Ava to
I
come on
would
the show. And
love,
also, it's not like it's fine. I mean, I don't even know what, like, I mean, I would say I believe in God right now, but I still have extreme doubts. And what I do is when I'm praying, I just am honest to God. I'm like, hey, I really struggle with this and I'm confused and I'm praying for clarity. I'm praying for discernment. I'm praying for discretion and for motivation. And I'm getting a lot of those prayers answered. So, but I don't know that it would be a big conflict unless it might be weird for her though. I get it because as an atheist, I know how I used to view people who believed in God. It was kind of like, oh, you believe in Santa. Like I looked down on it, you know. So
I can even agree with that because, like I said, with just my little life story, like I didn't grow up in any type of church household or any type of faith foundation on anything, and I looked at that like I couldn't even tell you, even at the age of 16, like if somebody asked me about God, I would have just been like I don't know, like, you know what I mean? So I understand that mindset completely. But you know, that's what we hope for. We hope we can, obviously, by the words that are coming out of our mouth, hopefully God's speaking through us a little bit, it'll be able to help someone and break through in life. But yeah, I did send Alex Jones, Mr. President. You should have the link if you are coming up. If you're not, that's fine. I don't know if you sent this to Jimmy yet.
Like we got someone backstage named Don. Oh my God, we have the
Yes,
president.
Mr.
Is
President.
coming to our humble. Dude, this is divine intervention. I knew big things were happening for us. Lo, I told you big things.
Big
Welcome
things.
to the stage.
What do we got? Let's see.
Our current president making the time for LOL Angels because
Donald
we're
J.
the internet task force. So
okay, let's see.
Good evening, Americans. It's so wonderful to be on LOL Angels. I'm LOLing right now, quite frankly. I'm having a wonderful time.
How are you today?
Amen, amen, and good to see you. How are you? Good to see you.
We're doing pretty good.
You must be so busy. Like, how do you
I'm a
make the
busy
time
guy.
for?
I'm a very busy guy. Listen, I'm in the White House now. My son Barron is in Mar-a-Lago. He's all by himself. I hear he's been throwing parties. I hope nobody's been going to these parties. They're really, quite frankly, not allowed.
So how with your busy schedule, how can you make time for LOL Angels?
Well, right now I'm in between LOL Angels and talking to a few people about Barron and his misbehavior.
Okay.
He's kind of a strapping young man.
He's about 6. What is he now? 9
He's
foot
tall.
2.
9
Very
foot
tall
3.
boy.
Didn't you want to get him into any sports, or he doesn't play sports?
I wanted him to get into basketball. Quite frankly, I thought he'd be a great basketball player. But he's into soccer. I don't like soccer.
Yeah, you have expressed that to us.
I played soccer. I was an awesome soccer player.
It's more of a European thing. Quite frankly, I'm not a big fan.
Well, what do you have any positives that you could like help us on with LOL Angels? You know, our show is for positivity, love, and light, spreading everything that we can possibly spread, the good news, the gospel, God's word. Do you have any advice for us for our show?
Right, I've got a little bit of advice. I will give you this. This is some very, very personal advice. I don't tell people this often. What you need to do is have a lot of money.
I wish, Mr. President.
So what I'm gonna do, is it's very, very secret. What I'm gonna do is I'm sending out checks again. You guys love the checks when I send those out.
Ooh, we did like that COVID check. That was
Then
Right.
the stimulus check hit different. They did.
Not stimulus anymore.
stimulated by it.
We'll call them positivity checks.
Okay, positivity checks.
Yay.
So here's what I'm going to do for LOL Angels, because quite frankly, you two are already doing a fantastic job. One of the greatest jobs I've ever seen. But you guys, you need little funds. Maybe you guys can, you can upgrade from Diet Coke to Coke Zero.
Oh, that's a doubt. I got Coke Zero by like accident the other day. Terrible. You just lost my vote, dude. I was like a kind of centristy. I could have gone either way, but
I think Mr. President drinks a Coke a day, Diet Coke a day.
I am a Diet Coke type of guy. I am, but I
recently
got onto Coke Zero. It's a whole different ball game.
I think actually what we need to recommend is water. Fuck pop. Sorry, forget pop. Forget Diet Coke.
Pop.
Or soda. I
think
don't know where you guys are from. I say pop. Some people say soda. Some people say soda pop. I don't know. I say pop.
Well, you know that me as the president, I've never drank any alcohol in my life. I also have never drank any water. The last time I had a glass of water was in 1964.
You must be severely dehydrated.
Very
Not
dehydrated.
even that. Your piss must be like the color of
It's pure Diet Coke. Yeah, it's Coca-Cola when it comes out.
God.
Goes in as Coca-Cola, it comes out as Coca-Cola. Quite frankly, it's
well, Mr. President, I do recall you telling us that Bubbles from the Sunny Trailer Park is with you. Do you think that we could speak to him?
You're talking about the guy from the Trailer Park Boys television show who's been staying in the closet for the last 3 weeks.
Yes. Bubbles.
He won't leave. He keeps crying every time I tell him he needs to leave. He says, "Don't send me back to the shed, Mr. President. I don't want to go back and live in the shed."
So do you think that we could talk to him today and ask him how his couple weeks have been living in the shed?
I suppose. Hold on. Can you get Bubbles, please? No, not a Coca-Cola with Bubbles. Bubbles, the guy in the closet.
Ruby doesn't have a version.
Thank you.
Nope, I'm demonetized. Thorpe TV, Abuse TV, A-okay, but Ruby, I'm just this positivity. It cannot be let out. It cannot be monetized. This channel will probably get monetized before my actual channel, but.
Hi there. This is Babbles from Sunnyvale Trailer Park. How are you?
Pretty good. Bubbles.
We heard you were locked in the closet. Are you okay? Do you need help?
No, I'm not locked in a closet. I'm just living in there because there's no extra rooms apparently. And there's tons of sorry, can't swear. There's tons of extra rooms in this big old White House, and they won't give me a bed, so I'm sleeping in the closet.
We'll just beep it out later.
Do you have enough? Like space to like stretch your arms or your legs or anything?
No, I don't have enough space. I've got 33 kitties in there with me. There's nothing to do but just sit there and just wait for them to open the door.
So what do you? Can I ask what you and Mr. President had for dinner today?
Well, I had a steak, and it was golden. And I said, "Why is it golden?" And he said, "Well, that's a Trump steak." And I said, "I don't want a Trump steak. I just want a normal steak. Get the gold off of my steak."
Okay. And what did President have? What did Mr. President have?
Well, he had about 7 of the same thing, but he eats like a whole lot of food.
So he didn't have a Big Mac today.
Oh, he has a Big Mac every hour on the hour.
That's like sounds very unhealthy.
It's like clockwork. They come in there with a fresh Big Mac every hour.
Okay, well, I think that we did hear enough from Bubbles. Did you have any other Alex Jones, Lola? I did give Donald J.
You don't want to talk to Alex Jones, do you? You're not one of these people.
We do want to talk to. We want to talk to Alex Jones.
Listen, the prophet Alex can speak anytime.
Oh my God, you guys have got to be kidding me. Hold on, let me get Alex Jones on here. He's probably got a whole bunch of things he wants to sell you or something, don't you? He's boiling over right now. His face is turning red. Get on the phone, you fucking weirdo. Infowars.com, Britain Planet TV. This is Alex Jones. LOL Angels. I am so glad to be an LOL Angel. I'm going to tell you right now about the LOL Angels. It's the brand new thing taking over the nation. We're taking over the country. We're fighting back, folks, against the globalists with the LOL Angels. We're also doing that with the Ultimate CMOS capsules, Powder Rack, and Burdock Root. They are a certified 5-star product. You can get $44 every 30 days. Subscribe now. Save 50% with monthly delivery. Infowarsstore.com. How are you, ladies?
Oh wow, Alex Jones. He needs to take a breather in between the couple of words.
There's no time for breathing when I have so much information to give out to the people. Listen, they started by turning the frogs gay. I went into the Bohemian Grove 24 years ago. Folks, the Bohemian Grove showed me things I cannot go back on. This is when I turned into a Christian. This is when I started believing the Lord Jesus Christ, praying to the Bible every single day that the globalists won't take over my mind. Infowars.com.
Well, we are actually doing amazing today now that you came up and did your impressions for us. So we thank you very much for that.
These are not impressions. These are real things that the American people need to focus on. We're talking about how they're trying to infect your mind, brainwash you, take you away from the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen to the Lord Jesus Christ.
I do have a question for you, Alex. You made a statement in the comments that they are making the frogs gay. Could you elaborate on that?
They did that already. They used them as experiments. This is back in 2016, 2015. They were using experimental substances on the frogs to turn them gay. They found out, yes, we turn the frogs gay. They put the substance in our water. It's in your drinking water. That's why everyone is turning gay. Infowars.com.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm very glad that the frogs are gay.
Frogs gay.
Wait, can you do Hillary? We're getting requests for a Hillary impersonation.
Hillary is not allowed inside of this goddamn White House. This is a beautiful place, and I will protect it with my life.
Well, we need a Lola from Big Mouth.
I forgot how to do that. Is that the one where I just try to be a girl?
Yeah, but it's like she says like Jay and like come suck my toes and like
I am not doing that one right now. Thank you so much for asking me to. Infowars.com, Print Planet TV. I want to tell you all, if you go to Infowars store right now and you use the promo code LOL Angels, that is LOLANGELZ.
Look at him promote. Alex Jones is promoting LOL Angels.
Exactly. You use that promo code, you will save 50% off on the supplies, the vitamin, the science, the tech, the things you need to stay alive.
I do feel we are in the end time. So, guys, we've got to prep.
We got
the Angels are going to have our very own prepper kit. I'm working on it. I'm going to create an Angels prepper kit.
You can make a lot of money off prepper kits. Right now, I sell a year-long prepper kit on my website.
I'm doing that.
$7,000. We sell about 3 of them a day. It's a lot of money we make off the prep kits.
Yeah, I think that with that, we could probably put our face on the bandage. We can put our faces on the bandages and the band-aid.
I send all the supplies in a big bucket. You can use the bucket to poop in when you're done. It's fantastic. It's good for.
That's very innovative. You know, the bucket comes in handy.
Infowars.com. Listen, ladies, it was fantastic talking to you. Everyone is left right now. They're calling some sort of meeting here in the White House. Bubbles is not allowed in the meetings. So Infowars.com, and we'll talk to you next time. I have to get running. Everyone, promo code LOL Angels. Infowars.com.
Thank you so much, Alex. See you later.
Yeah. So, wow.
Well, guys, that was Alex Jones, aka Bubbles, aka Mr. President, for you guys. He's actually a good supporter on my channel, and I think
he was kind of blending them towards the end. He was the president and Alex Jones together.
I love his impressions. Honestly, guys, if you didn't love them, I think that you need maybe a check.
Radio Foreman, okay. For everyone saying cringe, oof, there was nothing cringe or oof about doing hilarious impersonations. So stop being. Can you
guys do impersonations at all?
Exactly. Foreman, get up here right now with your pants on and do an impersonation or your. Oh wait, this is positivity check.
Listen, no, Ruby, I actually, I had to make this is kind of doesn't go with LOL Angels, but just from what you just said, I actually had to make a new edit for like a layover for my channel because I got porn bombed for the first time on Saturday 2 times. Ooh. And it was, I didn't ban him. I banned him from like coming from the studio, but I didn't ban him from my chat. And he comes in there. And
YouTube like this, like why? So degenerate for no reason. Like
Ruby, it really scarred me because like if I just close my eyes, I can imagine that sight in my head, and it was not fun.
Dude, EFD got porn bombed, and it was up for.
Well, no, mine
only just website. People have uploaded my old videos here. It's disgusting. Like it's like
it wasn't even on like the channel yet, though. This is how you know he was an inexperienced porn bomber because he already had it out in the backstage.
Dude, I've gotten that a bunch of times. People take their dick out. People have passed out backstage with their butt out, slapping it. I'm not going to name names, but yes, it might be someone you know, actually.
We might have to call that.
I don't want. Wait, no, I don't want to be. Listen, we love this person. I would like to. Be a help to them in any way that I can. I don't know. Also, no, we're both actually celibate. Like, is it that hard to believe? Look at, like, we're crafty. Do you really think we're out there fucking? Like, no, we're making crafts, dude. We're reading the Bible, making crafts, and trying to do a little positive podcast.
I was about to say, I really think, like, obviously, we both aren't in each other's personal life, but I am too busy for anything at all. Like if I'm not worried about myself watching my shows, working on stream stuff, working on dockets, doing what I need to do on the outside, like I'm watching my show, I'm eating food, I'm being a fat ass, and that's it. So, but I don't think he was referring to it. He was saying basically like, since it's a scarred image in my brain, yes, I'm still seeing them universal, unfortunately.
I'm like, see that I'm used to people like, I always read the like worst intent, I'm like,
yeah, no, it's okay. No, BB, she said Lowe's face reaction to seeing whatever she saw was priceless. Yeah, if you guys go back on my channel on Saturday, when I seen that shit, I was in shock.
Wait, is it still up?
Well, I told you it was in the background, so you can see my reaction to getting.
Yeah. It didn't get pulled up.
Turns like my whole face just turned so red, like I just felt like crying. I was tearing up because I'm like, I don't like I actually like I'm that type of person when it comes to like just like nudity and things like that. Like I get very, very uncomfortable, and Like it makes
It's
me
like
just
when someone whips out their fucking dick in front of you. It's a
exactly.
form of sexual harassment. It's bizarre. I mean, I'm used to it because I was a webcam model, so that it didn't really faze me. But for other people who aren't used to it, that's extremely jarring and really fucked up to do.
It is very, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, and he still is in my chat, like, oh, Halo, just supporting you, just coming in. Like, he's like, oh, I won't ever do that again. And it's weird. And like, I try to give people grace, but it's like, bro, if you do that, that's not even, that's no accident. That's on purpose. And he did it a second time.
That's an instant ban. That should not be like, there's
no, that's why I banned him from the studio. Yeah. But the fact that you can even ask everyone who was on my panel that day, like, he instantly went back into the chat and was like, oh, hey, that was me. And it was just so fucking hilarious. And like, I couldn't even ban him from the chat. I was just like,
why? What was he, what did he explain?
All he said, I literally found you on the discovery page. You just looked so good. I had to. Like, that's what he said. Like, I don't know. But then he was like,
you're in the algorithm, but
that's what I'm saying. And then he said, like, he was like, oh, like I came up, and then he was like, oh, I'm almost done. And he was like, all right, I'm finished.
Oh God. Dude, I can't.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah, I meant to tell you about that. It was 2 times on Saturday. So I had to make a whole new layover that basically says, keep it in your pants, buddy. But I think that you would absolutely love it. I'm going to send it to you really quick so you can see
it. Let me see it, dude. Oh my gosh. And thank you, HK. This hat could be yours. Well, this is the original one. It will be in a museum someday, obviously, but we are going to make copies of this. It's on my Amazon wish list, which I will post in my Discord. I finally made one, and it has all kinds of cool things like a desk, a chair. Like, sorry for the crotch shot. Hopefully there was nothing like in that. Sorry. We are good in that department.
Right, did you see it?
Penises. Deal with it. Deal with my penis. All right, don't get me into mode, guys. Okay, we're here to be positive.
No, today definitely no. The positive, obviously, guys, is still here, but the fact that me and Ruby are kind of just like down on energy, it just makes it. We just want to be chill. We want to be kind of fun. Yeah. That's why we decided to have bubbles up, and we are going to get a little bit more serious once we.
Let's Jimmy it whenever you're ready. Let me send him the link.
Yeah, please do.
Well, I guess I'll just drop it. I'm just gonna drop it in chat. Jimmy, grab the link. I just dropped it in chat for whenever he's ready. And then we'll do open panel. We'll watch some videos that pertain to the topic, and
after Jimmy gets off and we can talk to him. Obviously, you can keep dropping the disc or whatever the link, and we can do the open panel. But people that do want to come up for the open panel, we are going to be watching some videos. So it's like, obviously, if you want to tell stories that, you know, anything that we talked on today, we can talk about that. Or we're just going to be like commentating or however you say it, reviewing on the video. So no, like we're not going to be talking about anything crazy, anything good.
Yeah. What's up, Chill Force? Another LOL Angel.
Always, that's good. Chill is good for sure. But
he's been working on some videos. I'm excited to see he's been editing some interviews and stuff. We love to I want to build a creative community, you know, and yeah, that's one of the reasons I wanted to have OPC done, to like give commentary for other like content creators too. Like we can all build each other up.
Distinction said Lo can show her.
I'm wearing shorts.
When she gets to see someone's penis. Listen, guys, we are not comparing the two. A shoulder compared to an appendage that is supposed to be in your pants is something completely different. Okay.
Welcome to the stage, Jimmy, the highly revered.
Oh, I better come alive real quick, huh?
No, it's okay. We're having a chill day. We're here to
we're both just at smoking weed at this point. We hit the 1 hour mark of like, you know, trying to talk about what we wanted to talk about. So the rest of the episode, we're just gonna be chill. You know, obviously we have some stuff in common in our life stories, and you have a short amount of time left in your life, which gives you an interesting perspective. So whatever you want to talk about, we're curious.
Well, you know, Chad always wants proof, so you know, I pulled up some of the things.
You want to pull them up on solo, Ruby?
Yeah, let me do that.
Like, so this is my health right here. This is some of it. Oh, Well, hold on. So, like, heroin dependencies on there and all that stuff.
Yep, mine looks like that too. It's got a couple things on it.
Yeah. So, yeah, like all that.
God damn.
Yeah. So,
So, can the first question, like, are you okay? How's your just
Yeah,
you
how
in
you feeling?
Yeah, I decided to stop treatment. I'm getting more sick than I am on anything, so I just decided I want to live for as long as I can until that day comes. So
that's such a hard
choice. I honestly don't even know what to say to that. Do you?
No. Like, I'm fine with it. I've made peace with it. I hear you guys talking about. First of all, Miss Ruby, I want to say I'm very sorry for misjudging you. I wanted to say that publicly to you. I know I've said it privately and everything. I just wanted to say I'm very sorry for misjudging you.
Thank you. That does mean a lot. I don't always portray myself very well online. I'm trying to improve myself, but I really do appreciate that you gave me a second chance and are, starting to be in the community, because that's exactly the energy we want, is people who can be like, I was maybe wrong, and that's part of life, is being able to admit that. And, I really appreciate it. So thank you for saying that.
Right. And Miss Lowe, I am new to you. You're fantastic, by the way. I'm not gooning or nothing, but you ladies have created something here that's fantastic. I believe it will take off. I really do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So how did you get into fentanyl use, if you don't care about telling me?
There's always been addiction. My father struggled with opiate addiction. My home life is pretty idyllic until he was prescribed OxyContin for back pain and, ended up being heroin, everything, whatever. Then, so I move out, I'm 16, I'm partying a lot, and I idolize people like Kurt Cobain, Courtney Love, and, like my dad. So it's like, there was no hesitation for me to be a heroin addicted rock star. So I played in bands for all my 20s. I glamorized it. I did that life. And I detoxed in 2013. I had 8 years clean on Suboxone. I went down in Suboxone, and I reconnected with an ex in 2021. And I let him stay with me, and he said he was clean, but he had been using. He offered me a bump, and I did it, and that was that. The fentanyl was different than the heroin. It was like, I was cocky. I thought I could, you know how it is. You think it's going to be different this time. It's all so crazy that I've suffered so much from that one choice. All the time I spend going to and fro the clinic, walking in the cold, going down on methadone, all the detoxes, all the rehabs, all the harm it's caused and stress to my family. Like, from one choice, it's just like.
But look at you now.
Yeah.
Look at you now, Ruby. That's what you got to concentrate. Look, can I give you a piece of advice? I've been off heroin for 27 years now.
That's amazing.
Congratulations to you.
I hope I'm going to say that someday. That's what I want.
You are, Ruby. See, what did I tell you about earlier? You don't hope, you are going to say that someday.
I really do believe that. I believe that to be true, and
there's no but. You are.
You'll get there. But here's what I'm seeing. And this is what I went through. Okay. I'm not saying this is what you're going through. This is what I went through. I was on drugs. And I kept telling people that no matter how clean I got, the drugs still won, because it's all I talked about. I still give them the glory. So I quit talking about it to people. And that helped me. That may help you. I don't know.
Absolutely. I've been noticing that. When I was in the Lolcow Live Discord, there was 2 topics I couldn't talk about. It was drugs or grace, because I kept looping in this toxic, these, I didn't even realize how bad it was until other people pointed it out. And, thank goodness for that, because it has helped me shift away from it. But at the same time, it's hard to know. It's so much a part of my story that it's hard to balance how much to think about it. But I am trying to move away from it broadly.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think that is absolutely true. The more you speak about it, the more it's just going to keep involving your life. So you definitely got to just take a step forward.
Yeah,
my
past,
My heroin dependency started out I was raped when I was 12.
Holy shit.
By,
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, my nanny. She was
Wow.
quite older than I was, and
Jesus Christ.
yeah. Anyway, so she taught me how to shoot up in between my toes. So I shot up in between my toes at the age of 12. By the age of 15, I had $1,000 a week habit. So,
Wow.
yeah, I used for quite a while, and I'm not proud of some of the things I did to get the money. Like, I got into a lot of trouble with the feds.
Wow.
I used to deal firearms, illegal firearms. So
that's a dangerous industry.
Yeah, never did the drug trade.
The underground gun market can be a little.
I did the underground black market. Yeah.
Straight from 12 years old, though, is what makes it even crazier. People do get into, all types of bad stuff very young. At earliest ages of,
at 11, 12, I was smoking, drinking.
But to be getting taught that at the age of, what had happened to you and getting taught that at the age of 12, that just makes it even worse. Because I'm sure by you being 12 all the way even up to, I'm sure, past 18, you didn't understand that that's not like the right way that you were supposed to be doing it, because that's what you were taught,
Right. And here's the messed up thing about it. Your doctor friend, he might vouch for this too, was I come from a background where I done a lot of bare knuckle fighting. So I have what they call pugilistic dementia. I don't know if you've heard of that. But I know a lot of repeated concussions. I have post-traumatic concussive syndrome and all that stuff. But I can't sue the person because of that. Like, I can't lock the person who sexually assaulted me at a young age because I have pugilistic dementia. So there's a chance that it didn't happen. If you can believe that, that's what the courts rule. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Can you believe that one? So
I can't believe that.
Yeah. So when I realized that courts wasn't going to help me, I did everything that I could to break the law, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, because I feel like it seems like they were against you, especially with that type of dynamic that you had. So I understand where you're coming from.
Right. So I started doing Golden Gloves when I was young too, so it didn't help. They didn't know a lot about it. I'm from a different era than you guys. I was born in the 70s. We'll leave it at that. So but yeah, I was born in a different era. We didn't know about concussions. Like I'll be 52. I'll be 52 this month, Ruby, February 28th. And I was just clinically diagnosed bipolar 2.
Oh my God.
At the age of 52.
Wow.
So you went through your whole life and they've never been tested for it. They just never found out.
Dude.
I
have, dude, that's so funny.
Oxycarbazepine because I take seizures too. So it's a seizure med and it helps with bipolar.
I'm prescribed the gabapentin, and I don't know if it's the same one, but it's also like big, like it's these huge pills. And everyone people see it, they're like, "Whoa, those pills are huge! You must be so crazy." It's like the pill size doesn't actually have a correlation with like the craziness of it.
Right.
Ruby, my hat. Listen, I would put a hat on. I'm not afraid of being bald. I'm not Keemstar, but the chat always the chat
Dude,
always
you asked me where I
complains.
was today, and I felt like I haven't been in their Discord as much, and there was talks to me going to like stay with him in Brantley, but now just seeing how Log Hog Queens has gone, and it's so much. Definitely not the show that I would have wanted to do. It's not my style, like
right,
pouring syrup all over my. It's just so not me.
You're better than that.
Well, bald is beautiful. Tommy,
but I figured it's harmless, like I don't know, maybe to do it like an IRL.
Well, let me tell you something. In 5 days, I'm officially divorced. So bald is beautiful. So
sounds like there's a lot of.
It's beautiful, but oh my gosh, like, can I just I don't know, like just hearing everything in this short amount of time, because you only been on here for about 5 minutes now.
Oh, I've had a heck of a life, honey.
That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, I'm sure.
That's saying. I was like, he's gonna have some shit.
I'm sure you don't need sympathy or anything, but I just want to tell you, that I am sorry that all that stuff has happened, because I'm sure you didn't envision this for your life or anything like that. And
no, but I've had a good life too. I mean, I have a beautiful daughter,
Okay,
And
great.
my ex-wife is a wonderful woman. I ruined that marriage. I'll tell you that right now, with undiagnosed problems. And I mean, she'll tell you I never hit her, never called her names, never none of that. But I was a very, I won't say abusive person with my words, but I'm very sharp turned. You know, it's like, get away from me.
Exactly.
Just get away from me, you know?
Yeah, that's why I do block button.
Yeah.
It's like
So I'm
the
trying to
online way of
that.
saying get away. Like, away.
And Lo, this is probably more for you than it is Miss Ruby. Because you seem to be the more spiritual one. No offense, Ruby. You said you just found
Absolutely.
God,
I'm
right?
brand new to even believing anything of this realm. I do feel like I have a strong spiritual experience, but I'm still very confused by it and finding out like what
I am sorry
really
about
believe.
this. My nose runs for being sick a
No.
lot. So.
Oh, you're super sorry. Everyone's sick. I was covering for my coworker today.
Not last week, but the week before that, I physically came on the show and couldn't talk. My voice sounded like I smoked 100 cigarettes a day for the last 50 years.
Yeah,
So
I forgot about that.
don't mind any of your sickness. I swear, we all have it sometimes, so you're good.
I don't know who said that, but that was funny.
Too bipolar.
Continue.
Do you guys get it? Because it's like bipolar 1 and the sequel is bipolar 2.
And
that's why I've been diagnosed with bipolar 2 and ADHD, and it's probably true. I'm not on mood stabilizers anymore, as people are probably noticing. So I don't know.
Oh no. And you know what? I see Chill Forces there, and I really want to give him a big ups because he actually he reached. Yeah, he gave me a DM and was talking to me about God and things, and that really meant a lot to me. I don't want him to think that I took that for granted. But my question for you, Lo, was I was raised Pentecostal. I don't know if you know anything about that religion.
No, I'm not religious. I am very spiritual, but I'm not religious. I just believe in God, a higher power.
Right, like they speak in tongues, and I went to the revivals 30 days at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe in God, and I believe that He can, but I struggle with the fact that He doesn't. The fact that I see His people struggle, and I've seen good people, good Christians, good Muslims, whatever, die, begging and pleading, and He refuses to answer, and that's the problem I have with God. Yeah. It's like, and I say that respectfully. I'm not anybody to tell him God.
100%. And that's one thing. God doesn't get mad at you for having a curious mind, or even, it's not, I wouldn't necessarily say doubtful, but having doubtful questions that you don't understand, because obviously what His understanding is, we will never be able to comprehend. You know what I mean? But I feel like the main points that I would like to make is, this life that you're living is just an experience. People only live up to 80, 90, maybe. Sometimes you can reach 100, but it's just an experience. And you have to remember there's always that eternal, obviously you're asking me, so I'm giving you my personal belief, so I'm not gonna, whatever. But so I believe obviously that there is an eternal life afterwards. And that is what a lot of people lack. And today, they're focused so much in what their careers are and what their titles are on earth and what they need to be doing. And those things are important, but in my opinion, there is, the eternal life afterwards. And so when people bring up the question or the statement, why does God let bad things happen to good people, or, let bad things happen to children or things like that? Obviously there's the free will aspect. God can't force us to do anything. You know what I mean? He has to give us that free will to be basically, oh, you have to choose to love me. I don't want to force you to love me, because we're not robots. We're His children. We're His people. And that ultimately, having free will instantly brought in, well, there has to be a good and there has to be a bad. Because if I can't force you to love me and I can't force everything to be in my way, in my perfect way, then there has to be some type of balance in the world. And I feel like, yes, He does, I guess you could say, let those things happen, but He also understands, just how I do and how I explained it, that this is just temporary suffering and that there's a whole eternal world with Him, especially for the good people. So that's what I believe.
Well, I believe you two will definitely be there. I do believe that. I don't know about me. I'll probably be where the fun people are.
Sorry. No, because you still have a good spirit. I mean, I don't know what I believe about afterlife. I didn't believe in it at all, and now it's the first time where I'm starting to believe that, but I still have no idea what
Well, I actually died. I actually overdosed on heroin as a teenager and was dead, I think, like almost 2 minutes. I mean, I didn't see no bright lights, but I didn't smell no smoke either, you know? Just nothingness.
That's a good sign.
I mean, obviously you're here today, so it wasn't your time to go just yet.
Oh,
But
I know. But no,
I mean,
Yeah.
I could tell you horror stories.
I don't know. I just want you to always remember though, like even though, you know, you might have those doubting thoughts and God, you know, does let bad things happen on this earth. Like think about those times, like you just said, you did die and you were brought back to life, or you woke up today. You do still get to see your daughter. Like he makes all of these blessings happen in front of you that a lot of people pass by just because one bad thing is happening on the side. Right. And like that just gives you that reminder that he is there and that he does love you and he does like want you to live a good life. And, you know, even though your life has come to what it's become and, you know, you said you stopped your treatment and stuff, that doesn't mean that you need to stop like living, if you know what I mean. Like still live for yourself, live for your daughter, still live to be a good human being, even if, you know, you do have those contemplating thoughts on God himself. Do you understand?
Right. I mean, I do want to find God. I mean, I want to find some type of, I don't know, finality, I guess would be the word. I guess is what
well, it's a sense of wholeness is like a lot of people do feel like a lacking. And then once they feel that they've been born again, which for me was a very, you know, distinct experience for Lo too, of just being like, all right, everything's different now. And I have some survivor's guilt. Like, I don't know why I have this experience. And, you know, someone like Alex O'Connor, cosmic skeptic, you know, studies theology, would love for there to be a God, but just can't believe, or there's just, I don't get it. I don't, yeah.
I'm that person. I want to believe so badly in something so much bigger than myself. As selfish as that sounds, you know, I've always had to, Ruby, you went through it. You've always had to depend on yourself when you do the things that we do, and you bring yourself through ideas and situations, and you did it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
it's
I mean,
it's
a very wild lifestyle, and there's like a lot of fun and beauty and expression, and I love playing music, but, you know, the drugs overtook me, and I lost all of that, so.
Right, and I replaced my faith with other things, you know, drugs and the lifestyle that it entailed, and you know, it wasn't all bad times. I'm not going to sit and say, you know, every day that I used drugs was horrible, you know.
No, it's high highs and low lows, but it's like the lows just get lower and lower.
Too late. Like me and Ruby were just talking about this a little bit earlier in the channel. Like it's never too late. Even it doesn't matter how old you are, what day it is, how long you've been acting like this, and of course your past does matter a little bit. But once you do get somewhat right with God and you repent and you change your ways and your mind of your way of thinking, then that is automatically taking the next step to being who you want to be, and like kind of like changing obviously your past. And like what were we talking about, like what we say kind of surrounds ourselves, and that's who we become. So like
thoughts create reality. A thought precedes action, you know?
Right.
So it's like if there is a direct link, then the double slit experiment proved that particles behave differently, whether or not we're looking at them and observing them, meaning our thought is towards them. So scientifically, there's a backing to the power of like what your focus and what your perception and what you focus on. It just changes everything, you know.
Yeah, the power of suggestion. You can suggest to yourself that you're depressed. You're going to be depressed. If you suggest you're happy,
that is 100% true. That is so 100%. I'm speaking from experience with that, because even when, like I did get out of like the actual depression I was in, like, you know how you could just like sit around, kind of listen to sad music. You're telling yourself like, oh, I just am so tired. I'm tired of living. And it's like you are thinking those thoughts. So of course, I fell back into depression, even if it was only for a couple of days. But it was like everything that I was surrounding myself with led to me feeling that way. And that's what I had to learn how to change. When you have a bad moment or a bad situation happen, don't just sit there and sulk and cry about it. Like, yeah, you can for a second just to release your feelings, but then get up and like either pray or do something to just change your view about what's going on right now. Think about something happy. Go fucking look in the mirror. You're beautiful. You're amazing. Like, because when you focus on all that bad stuff, it's literally more and more bad stuff are just going to come. And like I said, I'm speaking from personal experience. It can never help ever just sulking and thinking bad, negative things about yourself or your situation. So
Yeah, that's why there's downward spirals. That's why I call my chat the upward spiral. It can go both ways. You know, for me, it starts with little actions, like just the tiniest, like I read all the time now, but there was a while where I just stopped reading. I couldn't focus. So I made a 1-page a day book club on the Discord where we would each just only read, like, we'd commit to reading 1 page a day, you know, like a book, you know, or the Bible. And that's what started me. Now I can't, you know, now I'm working at the bookstore and I'm loving it and reading new books every day. And it's opened up a whole new world and reminds me of what I used to be interested in before I relapsed, you know, rediscovering my normal passions and interests.
Really, that's nice.
You know what? Can I ask Chad a question? Because I'm going to goon for 1 second, Ruby. Just for 1 second. You have the most incredible eyes. I've told you that.
Yes,
you
Ruby,
have
she's
beautiful eyes. You have the most gorgeous eyes I've ever seen on a human being.
Wow.
Really
that was
really do.
I do get a lot of compliments on my eyes. I appreciate
eyes. You have them piercing eyes that are just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And you have just like that like shiny star in your eye that just glistens.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're free. Yeah.
No,
you're gonna make it glisten more with like feelings.
You should never be.
I'm about to cry, tears.
Dude, I know this is what happens when you just like are vulnerable, like living.
No, but like
like
Ruby knows, and I'm sure Lo knows that you guys know that I support Grace, and I'll leave it at that. What you and Grace have is between you and Grace. Mm-hmm. But I was wrong about you. Man, so wrong about you. And
I mean, I don't know what you thought, but
no, can you tell us what had happened to make you think of Ruby in whatever certain light that you thought of her in?
Well, actually, I discovered Grace through King. I was a huge King.
Oh yeah, he came from the lockout. So you you were relatively new to her. It's not like you're this long time view or like I don't know if you still whatever. I'm not Keemstar. I don't ban people for being on other channels. It's about how you conduct yourself. That
But he kept saying, you know, the whole incest allegation, and I kept like, you know, they play into it a lot, sure, but there's no proof, and you know, I wish they wouldn't play into it, but they do, unfortunately. But you know, as far as our relationship goes, mine and Grace, she's never done anything to me, you know, so I can't hate her because you two don't get along. I mean, I love you too.
Yeah, that's fine. I just she does go out of her way to try to bring me down, but I try to use it as just inspiration to keep me sharp, keep me competitive, and keep me on my toes not to fuck up because someone's tracking my every movement to wait for me to fuck up. So it kind of works out, and I appreciate it. And I also hope that the positivity seeps through, you know. And
yeah, well, I misjudged you because once I found that Keem was wrong about him, I really dedicated myself to like maintaining Grace and Ben's, you know, like no, they're good people. And then when you two had a falling out, I seen you attacking her, and I'm like, I hate you now, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a very complicated, dark situation that I don't want to, you know, get into. All the evidence is out there for everything, so it's
it's not why I'm here. I'm here to be for you two.
I'm very happy though that you did, you know, kind of just branch out of that, and you didn't walk so blindly. Just kept seeing Grace as whatever, and you got your own opinion about Ruby, and seeing how good of a person she can be. And the fact that you were able to get up here and, you know, make your apology public, that gives you an even more like courage than a lot of people can do. So salute to you, for real.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to be honest, Lo, only because you said so. Ruby, you made me cry in one video. Like I'm tearing up right now thinking about it.
No, because you make me want to cry.
Dude, it's been close this whole episode. It's been like sucking them back in.
Because like what oh God. What made me come around to you was when you were at the clinic and you had your meltdown. I know what that feels like. And I know what that feels I'm sorry. And I know what that feels like to have.
We're all about to cry.
I know what that feels like to have people make fun of you when you're really trying to reach out for help. And so, like, that's why I come around, because I was you. 27 years ago, I was you. Dude. And when I saw that, I was like, dude, she's a good person. And I'm sorry, I was wrong, you know?
it's hard. You can't you can't investigate every person online to see what kind of person they are. And I show a lot online, you know. But yeah, that was really sweet to share. And
so damn you made me cry.
I'm crying like this. But I mean, that's what I want. I don't want to cry online, but I want people to not be so afraid to be vulnerable, just because people are always going to clip and make fun of and try to belittle you. But, you know, I think it's more brave to put yourself out there and to just be real. And I think people connect to that. So I appreciate it.
And Ruby, I was just about to say, like, I think that, you know, everything that obviously that we talk about, what we're seeing right here in person, like one of your answers is getting prayer, or like is one of your prayers are getting answered because you know, we have talked to God together, prayed together, and you have asked, like, you know, you just want people to really just, you know, see you. And obviously you want to make an impact in someone's life, and you did make an impact in someone's life. So like your prayer literally got answered. So thank you, God.
I know.
Answering
You're a star, Ruby.
Yes, you are a star.
You're a star, honey.
I mean, I don't want to go too far, but like,
you're a star.
My family's happy with my progress, and you know, I act crazy online. I've made mistakes like not even that long ago, and
you're gonna make more, sweetheart. You're gonna make so many more. Don't beat yourself up.
I know, I'm trying not to, but then it's like, you know, it just makes me, I don't know. I try to just let any of the like the criticism, like just try not to take it as personal, you know, and just try to keep on trekking, you know.
Well, let me throw this out there, okay? You can take it how you want to take it. I got 27 years off of heroin. If there's ever a time that you need to talk to someone or you need somebody, my phone's always open to you, no matter the time, no matter what day. All right? Because I don't want to see you relapse. You're too good of a person. Really.
Thank you. That means a lot. I'm not going to. It's not. It doesn't feel like that's in the cards for me in my story.
It's not even an option for you anymore, Ruby. It's
no.
Not at all.
But I'm just throwing it out there. If you ever want to talk, what we talk about will stay private. And that's the
peer-to-peer like support is so important, and communities. And you know, when I share details of my life, people say I'm like trauma dumping or looking for attention, but you know, I'm doing it for people like you and people who relate to it, you know. So that means
we're humans. Like, we are supposed to have emotions. We're supposed to feel things. We're supposed to be empathetic to people. Like, and this is, and I'm so glad. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it is. I'm sure like you guys feel very vulnerable just with all the emotions running through right now in the show. But I feel like this is literally the perfect place to do this, because this is what our show is all about. And I'm sure, like, I feel it in my soul that this is also reaching somebody else. Like, your tears are helping someone overcome something that they've been struggling with. Like, so you guys should be both very proud of yourselves. So no matter what your guys' past are, like, you can always be a better person. What you're doing in the moment matters. You're great. God loves you very, very much. And he sees you as just a child. Like, you're amazing. You can do anything in this world that you put your mind to. Like, Ruby, listen up for you. Like, you can do anything you put your mind to. I swear. Okay.
No, I believe in like us and the project, and you know, I want to, you know, just keep pursuing the path that I'm on, and it's been getting a lot better. Even though I have like my difficult moments, I don't want to be defined by that, you know. So
100%.
Well, you're not defined by your moments. You're defined by what's in here, honey.
Yeah, it's weird being online. It's a new experience, getting so much attention, and then having a lot of like negative videos about me. I don't watch them, but clips still find their way to me, and you know, it messes with your head. It's a new experience to have so many people like dislike me who I don't know, and it's confusing.
They're gonna clip me somehow, do something with it. I look forward to it because I love the negativity, because hell,
well, I'm trying. Okay, I actually do like a little. I like arguing a little bit. I do. There's that part of me, but I get out of control, and then I don't actually want to make people feel bad, and I don't want to do that, especially, you know, like if I'm with, I don't know, I don't want to make anyone feel bad ever.
But that's a good sign, though. That's what I'm saying. That's a good sign, though, Rue, because you have that conviction of like, oh, I feel sorry for what I did to that person. You know, if you didn't have that feeling, something's wrong, guys. And that's one thing. Like, usually I don't bring no type of judgment, but this is righteous judgment. If you don't feel anything after you did something super shitty to someone, you fucked over someone's career, you fucked over someone's life, you broke their heart, you are just openly like telling them to kill themselves, any type of situation, and you don't feel any remorse after you did that, please go seek help, because you really need help. Dead ass. And that's like my biggest judgment you guys will ever see me make. Like, you guys really need help. Facts. That's all
Right. No, you're right. Like my ex-wife, like I talked to her today. She's watching right now because she doesn't believe I'll be on a stream.
Oh my gosh.
I-
Hi, ex-wife.
I'm very madly in love with her. Like, I messed up. You know, I did that. I can't blame that on anybody, and I can't hate her for it. I hate myself for it because I had 20
That's like
years.
my mom and dad. They're like, they still love each other, but it just didn't work out. They divorced when I was 18.
Yeah.
You know.
But I made a lot of bad choices in that marriage, and I can't put any of that fault on her. Like, I'd do anything in the world to win her back, but it's never going to happen. So now I have to live what I can for my daughter. So,
well, with God, the impossible things are possible, so you never know.
well,
Now you have
how
this
about you
permanent
try?
record online. Someone's gonna look up, like for me, I had lonely, long nights where I looked up just like someone else in withdrawal or someone else going through it, and you'd find
Right.
some random video with 500 views and just listen to it and fall asleep, and that can make a difference. So, you know, whatever happens with you, that's now permanent forever. So that's your testimony in a way. It's like I survived. I still have hope. You know,
And
I'm still here.
you can admit, and you've been seeing, you're self-aware of what the things in your past like have maybe, you know, ruined in your life, and you can
Yeah.
own up to those things now. So I'm sure even with your wife listening, yeah, things may not change, but she could be hearing this right now, you know, just being so grateful that you have changed and you've seen your ways, and you know, that's all that she could have been possibly looking for. And you know, this could be like your apology and like steps to like making your mistakes right, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're always going to be in each other's lives because we have a daughter, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm not going to say anything mean about her because she's a good lady. You know, yeah. So many times guys get on here and trash girls, you know, when they break up or they get divorced. She's this, she's that. No, my ex-wife, soon to be ex-wife's a good woman, a good, decent woman.
I'm so glad you have that with her, and you know, for the sake of your child, to be
Yeah.
on, you know, not fighting, or you know,
No,
things can go
no.
really wrong in divorce. I've seen it, and I'm glad I never ended up getting married or divorced, so I didn't have to deal with that. But
Well,
you know.
Ruby, I'm available if you ever want to get married. With those eyes, honey, you got me already.
She said with the eyes are all you got to do is looking into the camera, Ruby, with them eyes.
That's
All you
it. I'm done.
Dude, they're very light sensitive. I wear sunglasses, like I can't, like I literally, it's like I can't.
Want to put a ring on it?
Right.
But no, ladies, thank you guys for letting me whatever this was.
No, that was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and sharing it with the chat. I'm sure that I'm more than sure, I'm positive that it has helped someone out here. Like I said, with your guys' emotions, you know, even just you as a man, that shows, I feel like, other men a lot. Like, you can get up here and be vulnerable. You don't have to hold everything in. You know, men do go through a lot of things just like women, and we're not the only ones that need to cry.
Well, you know, it's Ruby's fault. Blame her, Lo. You get her for me.
I mean,
okay?
that means a lot. That it had some kind of positive impact, you know. Because
and I know I'm absolutely going to be praying for you too. Like, I'm going to pray to God that something, if regardless if it's with your health, with your daughter, with your ex-wife, with your family, your life, just having something amazing happening, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to pray that for you because you absolutely deserve that. Everyone deserves a little bit of good times in their life, you know?
And I love your pipe, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm jealous. I'm on these.
Dude, me too. I'm so carded. I don't even.
You know, this helps my bipolar more than anything.
Dude, me too. I mean, if I am skeptical, I don't know what my diagnosis means, but especially after like I went really I was really manic, I think, like in December. And looking back, I'm like, oh wow, I can see it now that I've been streaming a while, and like, and the fans are starting to see the ups and downs. So I'm like, okay, maybe they were right about that. Like, what does that mean for me? I don't know. It's all confusing because it's like, do I need mood stabilizers? Because I do feel like weed helps me at least with like the racing thoughts and the like agitation or even like depression or just like pain. Like, I don't know.
And can I say something else to you that you put more of a focus on than I've seen other streamers do is mental health. And good for you for not making that a stigma, because if you're struggling, I think you need to reach out for help. There's nothing to be ashamed of in this day and age of seeing a therapist. There's nothing wrong whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're 15 or you're 150. It doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. If you need help, get help, folks.
Yeah.
There's help out there. You can live a better life. You can.
And if you feel stuck or just like nothing, like just blah in your life, there is a better, there's always something better. And it's all about like, keeping hope and realizing that is a true belief that you can navigate your situation to make it better in most situations and with real results. And it's just, life is too short to be miserable. And even though the suffering does, it enables you to experience like more joy too, but
Yeah, this stream was hard. Damn, we had a good stream, but it was definitely like the feels and the emotions are in the air, guys. Like, you guys make me happy but sad at the same time. It's like I'm so glad that we have great, amazing people in our world like this. But damn,
it's so
like
heavy. These are heavy topics, and it's like,
yeah,
these can be life or death situations, so it's that's why to me it can be life or death. That's why I so strongly don't want to have a negative impact on someone, because I don't want to be pushing them to a crisis or pushing them to use, or I just never want to have that on my conscience, so I've been thinking about that more.
Do you find yourself, I find this with most addicts who are recovering, that we tend to, when we do something bad, even the smallest thing, we over exaggerate. It becomes the most terrible thing that we do.
Yeah.
And it feels like
you know what I'm talking about.
I understand. Even with the simplest of things, like something simple, small inconvenience could happen and it could feel like the end of the world. Like I try to explain that to people all the time. That's one of the things that I still have to definitely work on. That's why like when it does come to like me and my composure, I can't really let anything affect me or I gotta like really go through shit. I kind of just like push that shit to the side, because if I do like put my focus on something super shitty that happened to me or something happened, it just feels like the end of the world. And like obviously my mind just goes completely from up to down. There is no in between, and I'm still trying to get over that. So I like when you said that hit a nerve. I was like, damn, is he talking about me?
Okay, yeah, because I just wanted to know if it was only me.
Oh, no. I mean, I feel like a raw nerve a lot of the time, and I'm just trying to mitigate the damage around me most of the time, like, and not lash out at people. But I freak out, like, sometimes I'm napping, my alarm goes off, I have to go to work, and I start crying. I'm like, I have to get up and walk in the cold, like, just I'll just be like, it's, you know what, I want none of this. I don't want to do it anymore. But I, come back from that. I'm never like, I'm not suicidal way, but just like,
it's very, it's
brutal.
It's mindset to explain for sure. Like, it's not like you're like how you said, it's not like suicidal, but even Stevie made the point, like sometimes you just get tired of being tired, like, and you just
you do.
You feel
just want to be like, I tap out. Like, can I get like, there's no, for me, I also get just tasks overwhelm me in the most demented, ridiculous, non-functional way, where I'll just put off like the most basic thing until all eternity, and it's so bad.
But you are beautiful chaos, Ruby. That's if I had to sum it up, it would be beautiful chaos. Would you not agree with that, Lo?
I know I do. I definitely do agree with it, because Ruby, there is the little bit of chaos. Like, you still bring the best out of it regardless. Because like you even said, like you'll go on this whole blocking spree, but then a day later you're like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry, because like you're remorseful for it, you feel bad for it. So it's like you bring this beautiful chaos. That's a perfect.
I appreciate it. I'll take it. And I'm trying to, like, even one of my books, it's like chaos emergence from order or like something. I'm like, I'm trying to find order in the chaos, but it's also, that's part of my, I've always been kind of a free spirited, kind of artistic DIY kind of person. So I always just had that approach to life.
There's a book.
I do see Monty in the chat. I just wanted to say hey to her, because I absolutely.
There's a book you need to read, Ruby. It's on the art of not giving a fuck.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's it.
You need to read that. It'll help you.
It's a good one.
It will help you.
If it comes through the bookstore, I'm grabbing it, or maybe I'll order it offline.
You will not regret it.
And that it's kind of like that title. I've never read the book, but that book has always gave me vibes of just like the art of detachment, basically. You know what I mean?
I need that.
You gotta learn how to
it.
detach and not care about anything, literally. And so I don't even need that book. That I've already mastered that. But I can admit though, guys, like you can get to a point when you do stop caring about a lot and detach from a lot, that it's like it can become a problem to where it's harder to maybe make a connection with a person or feel as strongly for a situation that you should, or be as mad or be as happy as a situation, because it's like anything, once something kind of sucks into your life so much, you kind of become it. And if, you try to master the art of not giving a fuck, then you're really not going to give a fuck about anything. So you have to have that perfect balance in between. And I'm still working. Like most of the time I'm good, but then there's some times that like I really just don't care about anything. And I even think to myself, like, that's a problem. I need to fix that. So yes, but I do agree that book would probably help you out a lot because
yeah, it's a huge
but Lo is right. There is a balance. I mean, I've had to learn the hard way. It's in the last year that I've learned how to cry, and I'm 52.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You have that. You have a hard time, like you said, crying, making a connection with the person. Maybe like I can take my just experience as in when I like mastered my art of detachment. It came to the point where like, even though I was around my mom and my stepdad and my sister, and I knew that they were my mom and my stepdad and my sister, I didn't feel this deep like connection with them, like, oh, like I would die for them type, like that you're actually supposed to feel for your family. And it was very hard to like show them any type of like emotion, which I have moved past that now. Obviously, I've been working on it, but that's just like one of my little experiences with that. So I know how hard it is to like try to keep that balance. But once you get it, it's like you just find the perfect balance that you know how to maintain after that.
Yeah, I need to, because if I'm going to be on the internet doing this, and especially if I find more success, it's going to be more people, more criticism. I'm going to have to, there has to be a healthy way to do this. There's got to be, like
Ruby, I'm going to be Keemstar. I'm going to be Keemstar here in a minute. Okay. Listen to me. If you listen to me, I will help you get subscribers. No, I'm kidding.
No, but I will help you get the right
track. Shave your eyebrows, okay? Grab some syrup and some peanut butter.
Can you imagine? I just would never shave my eyebrows. I just would never. I'm sorry. I don't think I have a face card for no eyebrow. Like that's scary. I don't know.
I don't think I can shave my eyebrows either. They're too much of a prominent part of my face. Like,
no, you have beautiful eyebrows. I like them. They're thick and bushy. I love her eyebrows.
Ruby's eyebrows are. That's what I'm saying, Ruby. Like me and you both. Like obviously, I just have dark features, so mine would look crazy. But yours are just so nice and big and shapely. Yeah. Like they have the arch.
I mean, I feel it. There's a little assistance in the shapeliness. But,
Do that again. I didn't get to see them eyes long enough.
No.
The most beautiful eyes, dude. I'm sorry.
That's why I wear sunglasses when I'm out, because sometimes I do feel like if I look at someone, it's like we see each other's souls for a second, and it makes me feel naked, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I must feel like that. So I literally, when I go out during the day, hat and sunglasses always, and also I just feel like shy sometimes, like, but it also makes me it draws more attention. I'm like
don't hide them eyes. That's your money maker, sweetheart. Them eyes. Oh, like
but I feel it a little bit like talking about, like when I see people with bright ass like blue or green eyes, like I'm scared to look at you. Like you're looking in my soul. Like don't.
I think we are. I feel like that sometimes, and like I feel intrusive. I'm like,
Well, I was afraid of Lo. Can you believe that? Lo's intimidating.
No, like, sometimes like Ruby, when she looks like into the camera, like you guys see me often, like I don't look too much into the camera just because like that's in general, just like my mom has bright ass green eyes. I can't look her in the face worth shit. I'm like, listen, can you stop looking at me with them bright ass eyes? Like I got maybe I feel like my eyes also intimidate people because they're super dark. They're not just like brown. They're like a mix in between like black and brown. So like
I love dark eyes. I would wear like contacts, like a dark.
That would be even scarier, Ruby. What the heck?
Really? But if I had like brown contacts, I think that could. I don't know what that would look like.
No, I'm saying like I thought you meant like how people can get like with brown eyes or black eyes, then they'll get like something to cover up your white parts of your eyes.
Oh no! Oh my god, I could never. Thank God I didn't get like any permanent body.
I'll wear them next time. I have contacts that I have a remote and they light up red or purple. Yeah, I can hit a remote. My eyes turn red or purple. We need you
on show and tell for next week with that.
Dude,
what?
Let me find them and I will.
Show and tell. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
everyone else does that.
next Wednesday,
I
show and
know,
tell,
bless
guys.
you.
Next
Yeah,
Wednesday.
people freak out, man, when you do it and they don't expect it. You just look at them, hit the remote, and your eyes turn
No,
bright red.
stop. That's kind of scary. That is scary.
Yeah. I did it to my nurse.
Oh
I
my
would have
god.
immediately left. I would have been like, he needs a new nurse. Excuse me, doctor.
I have fun with them, man. I start acting like the devil and stuff, like
Dude.
the Exorcist voice and all that. Like
I
you
don't
do.
know what I would do. I would actually believe it. I'd be like, this man.
I know. Me at this point, I'm not taking any chances. I'll be like, listen, I'm not running away.
Yeah, we need a new nurse. We need a new nurse in here or something.
Like I have a dark sense of humor. Like I don't want to make fun of nobody's religion, but I always wanted to like get baptized and put an Alka-Seltzer in my mouth and come out foaming and stuff.
No, or put like a
God.
red, or put like a black or red dye packet in your pocket. I've seen people do that. I've seen people do
Wait,
that.
what? Really? I've never
Oh,
even
I
heard
saw
of
one video of this man. He put a black dye packet in his pocket and he got baptized. And like obviously people didn't think
black.
people didn't. Yeah, like it was like it's like a imagine like a bath bomb. It just like fizzed out. So like underneath them came all this black water, whatever. And obviously people didn't think the shit was funny, but it was a little funny, but it wasn't funny at the same time because it's like that you're getting baptized. Don't play with God in this moment right now. Like,
Yeah, I would. I used to
No,
have an
that's
upside down
awesome.
cross tattoo and be like very sacrilege. All of my bands had like sacrilegious, like that was part of our punk aesthetic, But
You
now
have
it's
a
covered up. I have the
bucket list,
anchor over it,
Jimmy?
but it was an upside down cross. I thought it was like so cool. Like,
oh yeah, no, Ruby, can't have that.
yeah, I covered that a while ago, just for my mom's sake, because she's always been very, connected to like God and Jesus. So that she's not a fan of. But
Kiss Me asked me if I had a bucket list. Honestly,
yeah,
the
that's a
only
good
thing
question.
I want to do again is like I base jumped and parachuted before when I was healthy, and I just want a chance to do that again.
Do they have like are you allowed to? Like, do they let you if you have like physical issues do that? Like, can you just sign your consent? Oh yeah.
Well, you would have to have someone on
dude, I couldn't even go ziplining. I started passing out just from the height. So like we went ziplining for like I think it was my little brother's birthday, and I just didn't go with everyone. I like started fainting, and I just sat, and just everyone else went and ziplined, and I didn't do it.
Oh my gosh, Ruby, are you so you're afraid of heights?
A little bit. Like, I mean, in certain situations, I was afraid I was gonna pass out while I was ziplining and hit the tree and like knock out and die or something. I was just freaking out.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have a lot on my bucket list, but at the same time, the older that I get,
That's me.
Oh my gosh, let me full screen that.
Yeah, no, you're actually in the air. Like, how did it feel? How did it feel?
What the fuck was that like?
At first, I was terrified, but then I don't know. It's weird. Once you're falling uncontrolled like that, it's not like you're really falling. And then when the canopy opens, I don't know. It's weird.
It just
it's
feels
like
like
a
you're
hand.
just like in air because it doesn't look like probably. Yeah, you're just like.
It doesn't. Like you see the ground speeding towards you, and once you realize there's nothing you can do about it, and you accept whatever happens, it's a lot of fun.
No, yeah, no, skydiving is definitely on my bucket list for sure. But I want to like go swimming with sharks, obviously in a cage or
I did it freestyle though. Yeah, I did it freestyle.
Oh
that's
all right. So you've already been doing the bucket
freestyle, but I would definitely do it in the cage for sure. Like I would do some things, but the older that I get, the less like I want to keep on doing stuff. Cause like now that I'm about to be 24 this year, and I'm not gonna lie, like I get more afraid of water every year. And that's not even a black stereotype, guys. I'm being serious. Like
dude, I'm afraid of deep ocean. I find it fascinating, and I watch a lot of like deep ocean creature documentaries and stuff, but I will not swim in like deep ocean. I will not go in.
I won't even
over here. I live in a beach city. I will not go in over here. I won't
even swim in lakes anymore. The only thing I swim in are pools, and I barely swim in
lakes. Are like usually nasty. Like
lakes are
seaweed and dark and like bass. They're like biting your toes and. Nah, I grew up swimming in a lake, and
I know you guys have heard about that like little fish that swims up like your reef or whatever. Like,
I read a headline or something that was enough for me.
That's always scared me. That's always scared me. Like
I watched him do a surgery. It was on back when YouTube was, YouTube. I watched them do a surgery on a guy who had one that barbed onto his inside, and they had to split it open, go in, remove it. I mean, they actually shoved the whole surgery. It was kind of a little crazy.
I've seen some surgery like videos on YouTube. I don't know what the rules are, but I've definitely, because I've gone through phases of being like interested and fascinated by like plastic surgery or like sex change surgery. I'm pretty sure I saw a sex change surgery done like, on YouTube. It was wild.
Yeah, they had a full autopsy on YouTube at one time back in the old days. A full autopsy.
And they used to have like birthing videos. Obviously, like I seen.
Nude yoga. That's on there right now.
Really?
I mean, I'm telling on myself.
YouTube gets away with
I'm demonetized.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't let us get away with a lot. But when they want to post whatever, it's whatever. Like,
yeah, but why are you guys not monetized? I mean, you haven't
Well, I just
started channel. So
yeah, I was gonna say Ruby was monetized, but she has her channel, and I just started like officially streaming on my channel a month and a half, 2 months ago. So
yeah,
I just haven't got up to 500. But wait, Ruby, I just got over 300 today. So shout out to all you people who subscribe to Riding High with Low. I appreciate you so much. I'm over 300, and I'm on the road to 5.
Dude.
So let's go.
Well,
you really are. I feel like your channel's gonna pop off. Like
you got a new one here, Lo. You got a new subscriber here, honey.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it a lot because, like, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't really care. I'm not in this shit for the money. I really like just being able to talk to people, being able to show people my arts and crafts, creativity side, play the game with people, have conversations with people, do this with Ruby, fucking do my lunches with Lo. Like, I just like everything that I do, and I love people in general. So I don't know. I just feel like though, if I get monetized, that would make it even better because I would be able to put in more effort and time and money into my content. So yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I'll do when you guys get monetized and you make goals. I'm gonna help you guys out. I'm gonna do dares for you guys.
All right, awesome.
How's that? You make a money goal. Yeah. I'll do a dare.
That sounds amazing. No, for real. And if you have a channel, obviously, do you post or are you just like you come up on panels?
I just come up on panel. Nobody wants to hear me.
I think a lot of people are saying this is the best episode we've ever done. Like,
no, I think this is the best episode. This is the best episode so far.
And that was like you made it. You brought out
just
like
here gooning over Ruby's eyes. I mean,
yeah, he's like, I only am here for Ruby's eyes. Nobody wants to hear.
That's the only reason.
I actually think that people love to hear you up here, regardless what those couple comments in the chat of Radio Foreman being a. Like,
dude, he always that's all. Some people,
everybody else said, you know, like they love the vulnerability. It was very nice to hear your story and just get to see someone just opening up. Like everyone needs to see that, regardless, even if they feel like they don't. Once they see it, it opens up this little part in their heart that they're like, damn, that kind of like makes me feel a little bit of something. So yeah, guys, we're doing that to you. Sorry.
Exactly.
Well, anytime I can help you guys out, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to.
We definitely will, and we would love
to get you hooked up. We're gonna get you the LOL Angelz hat. You'll get the first one.
Please make them pink.
The LOL Angelz rock.
You want the full pink?
Pink, that's my favorite color. It really is.
All right, we'll get you. We'll do like the original.
Really? Style. No, stop. He does need that hat, Ruby. Like he does.
Dude, we'll do like personalized. We're gonna like.
Just think about it. If he does get his bucket list wish and he gets to go skydiving one more time, he can wear the hat and have us in the video.
Well, that might like fly up, but if it's
there
like tape,
yeah, well, tape that shit around your head or something.
I don't feel so bad drinking Coke on stream now. You drinking diet,
dude? People give me shit, like I'm sorry. I know I drink too much Diet Coke, and it's like I'm lazy about just like the cups and washing a cup. There's progress, okay? Progress, not perfection.
I went to the normal thing. What's he gonna do? Kill me?
Right? At this point, like,
is that too early? Is it too early to make jokes?
No, dude. I love when people make jokes. I think it's funny as can be. I don't even invest in green bananas, you know?
Yeah. I don't think I ever.
You can get your yayas out online and like act crazy. I totally get
that's what you should definitely. And this is like OPC Dawn, not even OPC Dawn, but a lot of people who are into, you know, the algorithm of YouTube has said this is the perfect time to get into YouTube now, even if it's just for fun and you just want to have, you know, a couple hundred followers. Like I guess like right now is YouTube era. Whatever.
Should I
you could be streaming like when you hop on panels, you could just stream it you don't even have to do anything else. Just like hit like restream and it'll
Yeah,
go on your
you
channel
just
and
say it in the corner of your photo.
just have
or
it all
your-
in one place. It's good to have, you know.
your audience, and you could just have that on your page.
Look, listen, I'm retarded when it comes to tech. I can say that because I have mental problems.
I am probably.
I have a
At least
brand new
tech.
laptop. A brand new laptop. I literally do not know how to use.
What brand is it? I don't even.
Dell.
Oh, okay.
Dell.
No,
I've always
I-
been an Apple
I'm not gonna
guy.
lie. Like, even though
I
I'm
have a
only
little, like,
23, anybody like obviously Universal could attest to this the most, but I am not tech savvy by any means.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the well, halfway in the generation of technology, and I still don't know how to use the shit. So I don't blame you, honestly. I don't blame you at all.
I'm still trying to get Discord to work on my phone. I got it on the iPad. I can't get it to work on the phone. I'm like, I have
I've had
a
hassles
smartphone.
with it too. I'm
That's
always
amazing.
forgetting my login. It's a freaking fiasco. I'm like,
Well, if
Yeah.
you do have any questions about that or YouTube at all, you can always ask me or Ruby, or even reach out to OPC Don, Get Cracked. There's hella people.
OPC Don doesn't like me because I misjudged him too because I'm a dumbass.
well, I mean, I misjudge people too. I was thinking about that the other day because some people like pride themselves in like, yeah, I'm a good read of a person, and it's like, I don't know if I am sometimes. Like, you know, because sometimes you do misread someone and you think they're one way, and then they surprise you by being totally different, and then you're like, how could I have ever thought that other way? You know, it's wild how the perception works. It's like
Yeah.
perception's wild.
But
That is
thank you for accepting my apology. That really means a lot to me, Ruby, personally.
Well,
Thank
you literally, it means so much what you said, like, you know, in this interview. It was very surprisingly very moving, and it means a lot. It really does.
So, yeah, any questions you want to know? I mean,
I know I had lots of questions once you were asking, but then like you kind of like answered some of them. But let me think.
I sold guns with the cartel. How's that? I won't say who or what, but I sold guns with them. I'm not part of them. I sold guns with them.
You were just affiliated a little bit with
There
them.
you go. I just made deals.
I'm
just hook
so
people up.
scared of guns. Oh my
Have
god.
you ever like obviously have you ever been out of the state or any states? Have you been out of the country?
I lived in South America for 5 years when I was running from the feds. Yep.
Oh wow.
Or,
Shit, I was
don't know
not.
South America too well, but like what part or
Venezuela.
Can you say? Okay. That's actually crazy. I've never obviously been to.
I'm not going to say the town because there's people
No, you're
back
good. That's
there
fine.
that.
If you can't say it, don't dox yourself.
Yeah,
But-
don't say any you know, anything.
No, I don't want to get them in trouble because they harbored, they took me in when I was
Right.
wanted, and they could get in trouble, and I don't want to dox them and get them in
Ah,
trouble.
hey, what's up?
Hey, Stevie.
Oh.
What's up with you?
Have you met Jimmy? Or, well, I guess you've met-
No, I don't.
Hi,
Nice to
Stevie.
meet. Nice to meet you, dude.
Nice to meet you, my friend.
Yeah.
Well, what was I asking you? Oh yeah, so damn, first of all, so you lived in Venezuela for 5 years. So what made you, or like how were you able, I guess, or what made you come back to the States?
The U.S. Marshals.
Wow. Holy shit. You got what do they call it? Extra
I knew where
extradited
you
or
were
whatever?
going.
Wow.
Okay,
The U.S.
so
Marshals did, yeah.
So did you serve what was or you said you've been in jail and stuff? Like
Yeah, I served 7.5 years in federal penitentiary. Then I did another 14 years on federal probation.
damn. But 7 years, honestly, I feel like 7 years isn't too bad. Obviously I've never been in that situation, but I feel like obviously people can get life and 50 years, 30 years. So 7 years.
if you think about it
Yeah.
that way, but I have a friend, I know people, just been in jail for months and but it's to have your ones. I've only been arrested and been like held, but when your freedom's removed from you, that is a very huge psychic like assault on your humanity. It's hard to.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
you
like
got to
caging-
understand the mindset of a person like me. Like I become a criminal before I was a teenager, so I knew that was part of getting caught. I knew that jail would be a part of it. I knew the consequences, and for me, it was worth the risk. I mean, and that's in all honesty. Now that I'm older, it was stupid.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I wanted to be like a career criminal. I had this whole like ethical shoplifting.
Oh,
Ruby, you're
she's.
cutting out.
Yeah, I think she froze up.
She stole a dog one time.
Did she?
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, Ruby stole a dog. She likes to tell that story.
Oh my god.
Ruby, you gotta tell the story about how
Sorry.
Ruby, you gotta tell the story about how you stole the dog.
Oh, if my internet stops cutting out.
No, you're good now.
But yeah, when I was 18, I like just turned 18, and I also was like, I admired this group called the Animal Liberation Front, and I went vegetarian young, and I was vegan. I like was really into like animal rights for a while. It was like one of my things. So I wanted to liberate a dog from the mall, like a puppy, and I also just wanted a fucking puppy. So we went, and they used to have them in a playpen, like a sample puppy. You know, I don't think they do this anymore, really, but they had one out in a playpen.
I told you why they don't do that in malls anymore.
Because Ruby steals.
Oh, wait, I forget. Why do they? Is it me?
Because some places got like, you know, they used to put like pet places in the mall, but some places, not every single pet place in the mall and every mall everywhere, but there was a lot of them that even when it came down to like not like simple, but small animals like fishes, but also up to like bunnies and dogs, they would like either drown them or just throw them if they died.
God,
Yeah, so
yeah. So anyway, I had a whole like philosophy for my criminal behavior, basically. And
no, wait. I need you to tell the part that you were saying how small he was. I need you to continue from there.
Literally, the dog was a tiny Maltese dog. But the thing is that fucked me is the dog was over $1,000. So it ended up kind of being a charge that they were mad about.
Larceny?
Like, yeah, I got charged with larceny, and I got accelerated rehabilitation with some stipulations of like I was banned from all pet stores for like a year, banned from the mall for a year, but that was basically it because my record was otherwise clean, and then I got arrested for graffiti and released for it. But the puppy, I was like, I got out of the mall, I was in the car with the puppy, you know, and my friends were like decoys, they were distracting the people, but the cop showed up and I literally was in the car. I could see the flashing lights and I'm like this with a puppy trying to hide like down. And eventually my friend Giggler texted me with like, just come out. Like, what's that?
I was gonna ask you, like, how did they find you so quick? Or you just like they knew?
You know, my friend texted, like, she just texted me because the car wasn't that far and they were not letting my friends go. My friend and my older brother, they were like saying like, oh, we're gonna arrest you no matter what. Or they, you know, they're fucking with their head. We could have gotten away with it, but they were like, they folded and texted me, were like, come out with the puppy. So I literally, I like just stepped out and like the pet store lady was like screaming, there she is, the puppy! Like some bitch was being so.
Yeah.
Ruby,
that's a nice freeze frame right there.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish they would teach people that, like kids that when they're younger, that my word against your
cut
word.
out again, Ruby.
Yeah. Ruby, honey. That's why you're so beautiful. Because you're crazy. In a good way, sweetheart. In a good way.
Well, I'm trying to funnel my craziness into productivity and just get used to my weirdness, you know, and not, you know, be a criminal at least. I really like, I have very strict standards about like stealing and stuff like that now, and lying and things like that. I take very seriously.
I do now that I'm older, but when I was young, I didn't give a damn.
Oh yeah, but I would never steal like from people. But I also, as an addict, I had an option you didn't, which is being a webcam model and taking off my clothes for you know, that kind of money. It's easy in one way, but it fucks you in spiritually in the long run, in my experience. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I done some not so good things when I was young for money.
Yeah.
I robbed a lot of people.
When you are sick, dude, I know people, trust me, I mean, there's no explaining it to someone who hasn't experienced it, because people are just like, oh, sick. And it's like, I don't know, it's like being set on fire and stabbed all over, and also like being freezing cold. It's a nightmare. It's a freaking nightmare.
Did I run low off?
Oh no, I had to grab something really quick. No, you're so good. I had to just grab something so I can pack this bowl up again. I already know. I mean, I don't know, Ruby, how like if we're doing the open panel, if you wanted to watch one of the videos.
Yeah, maybe we could like start winding down, we picked out a couple videos that were just pertaining to the topic of hope. And one of them was about being like worth your suffering. It was like a quote was inspired by Fyodor Dostoevsky, the like famous like Russian author, but it dives into like basically how suffering can be good, basically. So it kind of like ties into a couple different things we were talking about.
Well, I did get a federal pardon. Does that well, an expungement, does that help? I got my voting rights back, hunting rights back.
Hey, that's something. That's something.
Yeah. So, I'm proud of that. I'm a model citizen now, if you want to call me that.
Yeah, and well, because I mean,
you should, but that's for an addict. That's a fucking accomplishment because it's not how it's hard to change your ways truly and sincerely,
Right.
and because it's humiliating. You have to put, really be like own the fact that like, yeah, I'm fucked up right now, and I got to work with this somehow and make it better. But you have to start at that point that sucks, where you're just like, yeah, I'm.
And you wallow in self-pity, and you wallow in self-pity
oh God,
for a lot of years.
Yeah, I still struggle with like rationalizing and justifying bad behavior and this and that and whatever.
I got survivor's guilt because every person that like I was close to growing up that did heroin with me, they're all dead.
Jeez.
Like everybody I know that did drugs is dead now. None of them made it out.
Like, what is that with you saying like you have survivor's guilt? Like, how does that make you feel? Just in this moment, or in that moment of you finding out some of them had died, or
like I had a really good friend. Her name's Lynn, and like I don't know if you know anything about when someone overdoses on heroin. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. I'm very fortunate I did not, but
you've got two choices.
I've heard in very detail what it's like. Yeah.
You've got 911, or one of the old methods that you do is you take ice cubes, believe it or not, and you stick up the rectum to shock the system.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard putting people in an ice bath, but I've never heard of that method of delivery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
really
good to know. I always have like Narcan all over the place now, just in case. So, like I'm the Narcan fairy of my fucking neighborhood.
Like,
yeah, you did say you have a lot of addicts around your neighborhood, didn't you?
Yeah, here's the messed up part about it. The OD story was on purpose because I'm the one that found her.
Oh my God. That's traumatizing too.
I took the needle that she used and I shot up with it.
Oh my God.
Because that's
It's all right. I mean, if you can't speak anymore, that's fine. But if you just need to take your time, that's perfectly fine. All right, too.
So, I think that was the most traumatizing thing with the drugs that I went through was watching the people that.
Yeah, that's what when I was in rehab, a lot of people when they were described, I got close to someone who had just found his girlfriend dead from drugs that he gave her.
Yeah.
Like a month before being in rehab, and oh God, it was just
like you ever had that friend? Sorry, Ruby, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that was it. I was just saying he said a lot of what it just what it was like. The sounds, the everything. It sounds just very haunting and scary.
You ever had that friend? Like I know we were only teenagers, but like it wasn't a love thing. I mean, we were in love with each other in like I don't want to say a brother sister way, but like it was more than that.
Like, love, like a family.
Yeah, like
companionship or
like we never slept together or nothing like that. But like I would be in the shower, it would be nothing that she would just get in the shower and we would just talk. We wouldn't even look at each other like that. I mean, we were that close. I mean, like she was.
Wow. Yeah, that is horrific. I mean, that's the real cost of like what is happening. People are dying. Like it's annihilating families. Like it's caused just in my own life, and I've been spared a lot of things. But like, just
like I've heard a lot of people.
I'm very sorry to hear that too, Jimmy, because I obviously have experienced that, and I couldn't imagine what you feel like.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I just want people to know there's hope. Like you guys are saying, you know, there's going to be sad times even when you're in the midst of hope. Like, it's good to remember what you've been through, and it's good to remember the people. It's good to remember the people.
Going through something like how you said, it's a good reminder to have those. When you're in just like another hard moment where you can't imagine how you're going to get out of this moment, just think about, you know, the things that you have went through and whatever it took to get out of that, or even if it took, you know, a couple weeks for you to feel better, or it took a day for you to feel better, or even a year for you to feel better, you eventually got out of that moment. So it's good to focus, still like think about the bad things and what those lessons have taught you and focus in the moment, you know?
Yeah. And,
I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just like you told us a lot, and like my heart is just like pounding for you because like
no, don't, man. I've had a good life.
I know.
I have. I got 20 years of a wonderful woman, and I got a beautiful 13-year-old daughter out of the deal. And you can't ask for more than that.
Yeah.
Stop. No, everyone's about to cry. Like these are the
Dude, I mean, I've already been
I'm sorry, guys.
People need to hear, because a lot of people go through these things every day and never get to talk about them with people, especially like random people online that you know nothing about. You don't know if they're going to judge you. So it's a very vulnerable moment, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to be able to have this type of space. So I'm just glad that we were able to get you up here, Jimmy, to like just let you talk. With some
I'm
things
sorry I took you guys to stream over. I didn't mean to.
Nah, man, this is
literally what our stream is for. This is what our stream is for. Literally,
this is probably the best episode we've had.
100%.
Thank you.
And that's because I feel like when we're finding out what we want to be, what we want to do here, and you know, I think you showed us a big part of that. It is like really having, you know, deep, meaningful discussions and sharing things, you know,
and other people. Like that was one of our main points when we started the show. We did want to hear other people's story, but you're kind of actually the first person who has came up and told some of their life story, and you know, try like connecting with us, trying to understand where all of our heads are at, and we want to have more people like that. And I feel like you were that first step for people to finally feel comfortable enough to be like, damn, like he really got up here and told us some very like deep things about himself. So maybe I can do that.
Exactly.
Well, I hope somehow this helps you guys out. Do you guys think I should start a channel?
It already is. And
I mean, I was telling Loafer, I was like, dude, make a channel, because it's like there's so many. Like, there's just, you come across personalities and you want it documented, you want it somewhere, but at least you're always going to be on LOL Angelz now, you know, that's, you know, for posterity.
You know, and maybe your daughter can have something to, you know, look back on.
Yeah. Well, she actually has a YouTube channel. I don't know if I would have shouted out.
I wouldn't do it here just because I have some weirdo people.
Yeah, she's on YouTube Kids.
Yeah,
she's on YouTube Kids. Yeah.
Well, watch out for her, because these streets are weird out here.
Well, she's a weirdo. She's my daughter, so.
Oh yeah! Oh, I love that.
Yeah, she's part of me, dude.
My dad are both like, we're just like a really, you know, kind of strange people, but you know.
My daughter's adopted, by the way. So.
Really? Oh, yeah. No, that's super sweet. I know a lot of people that will not adopt just because, you know, they're not blood. So I love hearing that people can adopt, because me personally, like say, I don't have any kids. I don't really want kids, but let's just say I found out that I couldn't have kids. I am an advocate for adoption. Like there are too many kids out here for people not to want to adopt, and you can love a child just the same.
She's actually my niece.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's my blood niece. They didn't want her because, well, I'll say it, because she's half black. She's half black.
You are an amazing man.
Beautiful.
Amazing man, for real.
Yeah, thank God she has you, because that makes it
beautiful.
It makes so much difference to be in your daughter's life at that age, especially. Like
she had, like, I'll show a picture of her. I don't mind that, because.
And thank God you are here. You are here. You were present when when I was in use. I was not here. I was dead. I was gone. I was just a zombie. So just being there to be with her and present, that makes, you know, like my dad has had struggles with his sobriety, but you know, when he's clean and we're like connected, it's like, you know, there's so many awesome characteristics, but it's such a powerful drug that we're up against, you know.
There you go. There's my daughter.
Oh, she has the light hair. cute. She has the light hair. She's beautiful.
Yeah, she has the white blonde.
Oh
hair.
wow, yeah, because she's
Looks like you too, though. She looks like
I
you
forgot
too.
she was half black for a second. You don't usually see the the
Yeah, she's
the
got
light.
that,
Oh, that's so cool.
she's got that beautiful mocha skin, man.
She
And
does.
white hair.
Oh, I do think that's a beautiful.
You
Yeah.
can
It's
tell.
got age,
you can tell she's
I love that skin tone. It's beautiful.
She is. She's something.
She seems like a sweet girl. Like she really does. You can
No.
tell just by looking at a kid whether they're a good kid or a little menace to society. But she seems
has little demon eyes.
very sweet.
She's being homeschooled. Does that tell you anything?
Oh gosh, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
just a
I
little.
was homeschooled on and off, and I feel like I'm feral from it, but in good ways too.
Does
Yeah,
she
well,
eat to, or does she like walk to the beat of her own drum?
she walks to the beat of her own drum. She will literally look at the teacher and go, "I'll do what you want to do when I'm done doing what I want to do." And I'm like,
She's a little sassy. She's
Getting her
sassy.
a little, getting her a
yeah, like I'm like, you gotta cut that out real quick, kid. I ain't going back to jail. I
Yeah,
love
we
it all,
we
but
can't be the teachers nowadays. I don't know. It's either they're putting up with it or they're beating the kids. So you got to watch out for the teachers too.
y'all
For
don't
real.
even know what beatings are, man. I grew up in the 70s. I've been here.
No, that's true. I know. I can admit, I was a good kid though. Like I did have like a little fucked up point in my teenage years and I did get, whooped then. But at that point, it's already too late for me. But it wasn't. But as a kid, like all the way up from when I was born, all the way up until the age of like 13, I never got whooped because I didn't need to. I was a very good kid. But I was a weird kid. Like I was one of those kids that like sat her fucking stuffed animals in a circle and is like having a tea party with them or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
normal.
yeah,
that's
what age though.
What was
Like,
it?
I mean,
last
I would,
year? Because you look like you're 12. What was it last year, Lo? Because you're
I'm
12.
23. I'm 23. I swear.
I think she needs ID, man.
I told everyone, listen, some people like to joke that I can say like I do look young, but at the same time, like I have no problem showing my fucking covering up my name and my address on my license, showing you guys I was born in 2001. Like I can admit that I was born in 2001. So
dude, I had my first existential crisis in 2001.
Well, Lo, I'm
I
going
was
to pay
already
you a
like,
compliment
fuck.
as well. I'll pay you a compliment as well. You might be, what, 23, you said?
23.
But you're a very wise 23. Even Ruby will agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, and it came with being that weird kid because that obviously came with other kids thought I was weird, so I didn't really have that many friends growing up. So like I felt like me kind of being somewhat, it wasn't like isolation to me, but I guess on the outside it would seem like isolation because I isolated myself, but to me I just was happy in my own presence. But I feel like that helped me kind of just mature myself a little bit and be able to like be more self-aware and look at others' actions and be like, okay, this is what I do and this is what I don't want to do. So, but I appreciate the compliment a lot because I honestly thank God for my mindset every day, because some people don't even hit my mindset till the age of fucking 40 or 50 years old. So
52.
I wasn't throwing anything. I
Some
like
people
no
never ever. So it's truly a gift to be able to enjoy your precious time on this life, even if it's just for a moment. I'm like corny like that though. Like
Yeah, well, see, like this for me, I'm an introvert, but I love people. That's the weird thing. Like this for me is like I could do this all night, and I know that we can't. But like for me, this is like social. This is as social as I get. Like
I mean, I think this counts. This has been my main social. I've been so antisocial.
This is my main social too, guys. I don't talk to people in real life. Like
I have no real life friends.
Me too.
Zero.
Well, I mean, this is. I don't think they're.
I have zero.
I think you can have real friends, like online friends.
No, and that's what I'm
saying.
saying. No, don't get me wrong. Ruby is my absolute friend. I don't care what nobody says. Even Ruby, bitch, you're my friend. Sorry, that was rude. But, hey, I swear. And I do have a couple, but like I do feel that like obviously people who in my real life, like my family, or even just Universal Jones, I can say that's one of my YouTube like actual friends. Like Universal. Like I literally just love being in my own presence, like I said, since I've been a kid, but especially as an adult, now that I am able to do what I want to do, nobody can force me to do anything. like, nobody's getting me out of the house for nothing. Like,
especially in winter, like it's hard.
Oh, the winter's
And
not
it's
even.
like
The summer's
my
like the
friends
summer.
are all crazy too. My friends are all like, if I'm feeling well one day, they're not going to be feeling. It's the stars really have to be aligned for like these plans to work out sometimes. Well, I'm antisocial. I get relief sometimes. Like if there's like a plan canceled, I'm almost like I have an excuse to just like fuck off all day, do whatever I want, go online, fuck shit up online, do what I do.
Stay away from the knives, Ruby. When you're on screen, stay away from the knives, okay?
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Stop Joker
Never
mode.
again.
No more Joker
Dude,
mode.
I haven't gone actual Joker mode in years, but I did have a flicker of Joker almost mode for a minute.
Yeah, I saw that. That was terrifying.
I saw that
Really?
too.
That was the stream that made me cry when you were flipping out over the clinic, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
like
I was
felt that
genuinely
pain.
so frustrated. I was so frustrated. Yeah.
I felt that pain. I knew what that was like, dude. I felt what you were going through. And it triggered what I went through, and I knew exactly where you were at.
Yeah, it's it's frustrating. And I only have myself to blame for all of it.
But you caught your crash. You
Yeah.
caught the crash. That's what you have
I know,
to
and then
remember.
we started LOL Angels, and I do feel like I've been a little more like in control of my reactions. I'm making an effort just to like
Get cracked. The Joker mode Ruby is hot.
Dude,
Yeah,
I do think on my face it works for clown makeup. It just suits me, but
you have incredible hair. I don't know why you wear that hat.
Should
I take mine off? Look at
If you like, we already had it on for majority. But yeah, let me put my curls back out. Yeah, Ruby got that nice, thick, voluptuous hair. Luxurious.
Dude, I
401k here. 401k.
Yeah, if you ever cut off your hair, you can always donate. He can put it on a little bit, brush the comb over.
No, my hair is my crown. It's like one of the few things I've going for me. It's like that I lost weight, my hair is okay, I have a job, not on fentanyl, and we're doing LOL Angels, and I believe in the project.
Hey, Ruby, you smoke weed, don't you?
Hell yeah. At the moment, I mean, it's like I shouldn't say hell yeah because it's like I have mixed feelings on it. I feel like it helps me, but it can also I struggle with focus and organization. I don't think it helps that. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Have you thought about maybe trying some psychedelic therapy?
Ooh.
I have, but like I feel like I took enough psychedelics for a lifetime in a way.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I feel like I've gotten what I want from it, but I've thought about like looking into like ayahuasca and things like that, but like I feel like I already got the best out of it, and like with my sanity somewhat intact, so I'm afraid to even touch it. Like people think I'm lying, but I really only do weed. That's why I only have to go to the clinic twice a month.
I hate that they outlawed 2CI because that was like I could function on that stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I was what was that? Oh God, I can't even remember the name of it now.
Was it one of the like designer drugs?
Yeah.
I was big in those. Those they're still popular. They used to make them in my building, and when they misdose things, they would give us the rejects, like the chocolates they misdose. So that was psychotic.
Man, they used to be able to buy human growth hormone. Anybody remember that? You used to be able to buy it in a bottle. It was right on the shelf at General Nutrition before they outlawed it.
Really?
Probably.
I used to get ephedrine.
You could get messed up on that stuff.
Phenibut, I got addicted to for a minute.
I used to take the Stacker 2s when they still had ephedrine, like before wrestling matches and stuff.
Oh yeah, Stacker 2.
I would my heart would pound on that. Like, so there's
I was
a reason
hooked on those 5-hour
energy
drinks.
Oh, dude, 5 hour. Oh my God, me and my buddies, we would take shots of tequila. We'd take shots of tequila and chase it with 5 hour energy.
Yes,
we wouldn't remember most of the night.
Yeah, man, those things will mess you up.
We'd be deleting videos from the camera.
Mm-hmm. I promise next time I won't show anything on stream. No, I'm kidding. I hate that they did you like that, Lo. I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
No, it's okay. Honestly, it was very scarring, but people are gonna. Like everyone told me on my channel, there's more to come, so get used to it.
Well, I'm a guy, and I think I have one, so. So that ought to tell you.
Yeah,
something.
I mean,
nobody wants to see it.
But it's the same. Even if a woman would have came up there with her full naked body, bitch, you're getting kicked out too. The fuck?
Well,
Yeah,
she's
it's
holding, she's
it's-
holding a plate of food.
That's so
My
wild. I can't even imagine. Like,
Hey, yeah, no. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna lie. Say she was holding a blunt. No, I'm just kidding. I can't.
I'm holding the blunt. I'm in, dude.
and it was Ruby with and like 20, I don't know, Bibles. I don't know.
Okay, here's my bucket list. I want to smoke a blunt with Low one day.
We can.
No, we
Ruby.
Bro, we
Ruby.
can. Okay, guys, are we about to really have an IRL LOL Angels?
Dude, I'm still
Where?
totally down. I'm still totally down, and we can like fundraise on chat to get you a freaking ticket out to New Haven. Got plenty of room. I'll like start smoking outside. I gotta like, I don't want to poison you.
Dude, I smoke.
Like,
What are you talking about? I smoke.
That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
I should be vaping inside though. I
This
feel bad.
year,
I smoke cigarettes.
2025 IRL LOL Angels for sure.
Dude, I'm so down, and especially
I'm
like
so
now
down.
I was gonna go to a K-pop show, but that's canceled. So now I'm like fully free. Like,
Is it
Why
legal
is
in
it-
your state to buy?
kind of. I think. I mean, I go to and just buy at the store, but
Can you get like a couple
they
ounces?
decriminalized.
I'll buy
What's
it.
up?
I'll buy it. Can you get a couple ounces?
Oh, I mean, I think so. I think I know. Yeah, there's just one store. He's always like, I got this, I got that. Like,
Oh, I'm
Maybe not
talking
for
of
the
rolling a
mushroom,
blunt here.
yeah.
I'm rolling a 4-ounce blunt.
oh
With
my
the
god, I might
smoke
need that.
whole
My
thing.
tolerance from like the carts is crazy.
Okay, we can do that. I'm a big,
Dude,
I mean,
yeah.
listen, I am the same way about like what Ruby said. Like when it comes to weed, I'm half and half on it, obviously, because the more and more I get into God and my journey, obviously I want to stop smoking. But I've always been a smoker and I just smoke big. But I don't want to anymore, but we can.
I don't
Yeah,
snore,
I mean,
don't
everyone has
sleep.
their own path. Everyone has like some vice in their life or thing that comforts them, and it just depends on how you're using it and how much of a detriment it is to you, as and other people around you, I guess.
Facts.
Well,
No,
Ruby,
Ruby,
if it-
2025 IRL Angels, like for real. Like I am
Dude.
so serious about this. I'm
dude,
so
I'll do it. Yeah,
I've been
like, if you
asking for
trust me.
something for like this for about a while.
Oh
you-
yeah, I know. I've been like wanting after the like Vegas meetup, but that was now like 3 months ago. So I'm
If
ready
you guys
for the next.
trust me, I'm down for it.
100%. No, there's some
I mean-
people, obviously, there's people through the community we would have to speak to, as in them coming. But I've already heard enough from you, which we can talk more on panels and shit. Like us four on panel, and like, there's some people in the chat like, oh, Get Crack, Universal, BB, that I personally trust myself, and some more people I just am not naming. But it's like we would have to like see who would all be able to like meet up, because we can like raise enough money to like get a convention hall so we can have like an actual like meeting.
Dude,
That'd be awesome,
absolutely.
dude.
Easy. We could.
And like a
I mean,
meeting
hell,
hall.
I have restaurant connections. We could just rent out like a
Dude,
space.
you live
No,
near
a
this-
meeting hall
you
is
live near-
space is not that expensive either. Like it's like for one day, one full day, that shit, what,
The only thing that
$1,000?
sucks is that I was thinking like I want to do many things. Like I do want to do way more like IRL stuff. I had so much fun with that. And I was like, in New Haven, it's so much nicer like when it's like warmer out too. But for Low, I was like, I don't know, maybe you can come. We could do a Law Angels thing, and then I can do like a like New Haven meetup, like, and like once it's like spring, we can go to like, I don't know.
You live
Like,
near
stop, yes.
Skull and Bones. You can show us the Skull
Yeah.
and Bones place.
Yes, I can. Well, there's like, we don't know exactly where it is, but where it was rumored to once be. There is like a creepy building, that we've gone to that they
Probably
say.
still is. It's probably got Geronimo's skull in there still. We got to steal it back and give it back to one of his descendants.
Hell no, dude. We use that for drinking. No, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
no.
I'm kidding. That's just dark humor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, no, dude. I'd be down with that.
PosCon, Positivity Con.
Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. Why not? Let's do it. Let's
We
do
can.
it
It's just
early.
the only thing that happened when we were like planning for like the trip with me and Ava and Pronzes. The guest list was the biggest like drama forever because there's so much infighting. But like I don't think that would be as much. I don't really
Well, I don't
know,
fight with nobody, so I ain't got no
Yeah.
enemies
You
yet.
seem you don't seem very controversial
Well,
at
I
all.
could
I
be,
mean, not to
but
me at least. You've people have only said like the second you came in my chat, people were like Jimmy, and I was scared because I get trolled so much. I'm like suspicious. I'm like, why are they saying that? Like, what's going on? But
Yeah.
there's people I like trusted in chat, so I was like, they must be cool.
He doesn't.
no, honestly, I'm not like I'm a little autistic. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, hell, you can tell
I'm not
that.
laughing at you. I'm laughing at the fact because I think I am too a little bit.
No, I really
yeah,
am
me too.
diagnosed. So.
Nah, you come
But-
off. I don't
There's, like,
find anything. I was gonna
Go
say I
ahead.
don't find anything sus about you. If you ask Ruby, I'm always sus of people.
True.
Well,
True.
but, like,
that
But
means-
I have been
Jimmy-
with a lot of tough people, to be fair.
Jimmy seems like he's all right, you know. So
No, yeah, no, you seem perfectly genuine and
that's
So
kind.
what do
because
you-
I'm old.
yeah.
What do you say about me?
Ruby, I promise if we meet, I won't stare at you too much.
I'll just keep the sunglasses on, so I don't. No
I'm
one.
telling you, those eyes are her moneymaker, man. I'm telling you, it's those eyes. Like I pulled the wallet out already. Here you go.
No,
Just take it
but
down.
dude, I don't want. I feel like when I was a webcam model, I don't want to ever, use any God-given gifts like extract or exploit from people. I'm always like so paranoid about doing that,
That is like, can you say that exact sentence one more time? Because somebody needs to clip that. Because I've been trying to get that sentence out for my whole life. Go ahead.
You're gonna ask me to remember a sentence. Basically
said something along the lines of, I'm not going to use my God-given gifts.
Oh yeah, I never want to use my God-given gifts to exploit or cause harm to I don't want to use it to exploit or extract resources from. That's just it's something I try to be careful. I don't know. I never want to act like do that, like accidentally hypnotize someone with my eyes.
Yeah, big W's to Ruby.
Even though I don't want to, I love money. I'm never saying no to money. No, that's what. But
God, watching her light up just delights my heart.
I love it, Ruby.
Well, this has been a great, the vibes have been high, like this whole episode, And we were like low energy. We were kind of like, I don't know, we were just gonna like come in like as we are and just be,
Well, I'm glad you trusted me enough to let me come on. Thank you.
100%. 100%. But we already knew today was going to be a chill day. Like, I mean, we did have a little bit of more on the docket that I wrote out, but at the same time, we had a great show. I personally don't be sorry at all. I'm saying I personally don't even watch the videos anymore because our conversations are too good, and I'd rather end the show with our conversations than a video. So
I'm gonna fire.
I kind of agree. We were on a high note, and I feel like everything it tied together with the topics. And yeah, Jimmy, you really made this episode and you touched my heart. And, and that meant a lot because, I do get caught up in the hate. I get caught up in I get a lot of support and I'm blinded because I look at the bad, so having someone be so genuine, really, that means a lot. So I appreciate it.
No, Ruby, you're a superstar, sweetheart. Don't think otherwise.
Ruby, I swear, Ruby already knows for us. She's like, yeah, I know I'm that girl.
And I told you,
I'm that girl in the psych ward, bitch. I'm that girl at the clinic, bitch.
You're that girl. Regardless.
like I told you from the get-go, Miss Ruby, I do support Grace as well, but I also support you. And
I mean, I would love nothing more than for Grace to get away from her, what I perceive to be very abusive father and very sick situation that's holding her back from all of her potential. And it's heartbreaking to me, but don't want to get too into it because we have so much tension there that it's I'm trying not to keep the cycle of us bickering back and forth. It's just so toxic and
it is
and non-productive. I think our values are incompatible and the way they do things is different how I want to do things, and we can just both do different things and ideally coexist in a peaceful way.
And I want to give a shout out to your mods in chat and in Discord as well. You guys have an amazing Discord community.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm not. Really I was like, dude, I already feel like we have a good community building up of people who are they're they're communicating, they're putting their art out there, they're sharing more. Yeah. And it's been, I wasn't sure if I was just gassing it up. I was like, I really do feel like it is something, and I'm really happy with it. So
I know it's shout out to obviously.
Now we got the Monster Triangle.
Comet, Cycleman, Doge, of course, but big shout out. I just want to give 2 big shout outs to fucking Mr. Stinky Brew for his amazing art, and MDX.
Oh yeah, he's been doing great with the art, and me and him had tension at first, and that's why I say I like it when people have tension and they come together and get over it. You know,
he is so talented.
He's so talented. He's so talented. And also MDX, because him with the beats.
Oh, he's doing a new song for us, dude. That's a whole. I didn't see him in chat tonight, but yeah, he's working on another song. I mean,
I'm so excited.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like people are making drawings or making songs, and it's like I love that. You know, like
yes, I love that.
And it inspires me to want to draw, and that helps me unplug more because it's pulling me more into the physical of like making things again. You know.
Whoever 100%. Makes your guys' docket low, I don't know if that's you or Ruby or both of you. Hit me up in chat.
Low. I'm just like, yo, hope.
No, Ruby, let me explain. Let me explain, because Ruby's not gonna give herself the credit. Listen, guys, Ruby basically makes up the topics for the week. Like, she'll send me what she thinks we both should talk about, and like what's been sitting on her, and obviously ask for my opinions too. And I'll tell her straight up, like, oh, this is a good idea, but there hasn't been one bad idea, so I haven't had to tell her. But as soon as she sends me all that, I am the one who does go together and write all of it into a note and into a docket.
Okay.
All of it together. So it's like it's both of our teamwork, because like Ruby, she does
different elements. I think we're getting into our groove of how it works, and everything has just been like effortless and just very naturally just working. I think like we make just an awesome team. So
no, me and Ruby are perfect for each other. Literally, I swear. I tell everybody this all the time. I don't care.
Well, I have a couple of show ideas for you guys if you want to hit me up in chat later on. So people
always love. Yeah, I would love it. You're in the Ruby, board, right?
Like I told you in chat, like when I DM'd you, I'm so sorry for cold contacting you like that. I don't usually reach out to girls because it's creepy. You know, like I'm 52, dude. You know,
right. Dude,
I'm come and gone.
Right.
You know?
I talk to people of all different walks of life and ages, and you know, it depends on how you come at me. If you come at me sincere, I want to respond to that with sincerity, and I don't get like intrinsically creeped out by any of those other factors. You know, it's just about
but it is kind of like you don't know me, and
dude, you should see my inbox.
Yep, I was gonna say it's the same thing like with me and you, kind of, Jimmy, because Ruby really didn't know me, and like she met me through another channel, but like obviously she's a little wary, I'm sure, of girls to begin with, because girls are something different, and obviously
I'm always
not saying like women in general, but like I kind of came out of nowhere, and I'm sure you did look at me for a moment, like, you know, like, can I trust this girl? Like, is she really trying to be genuine?
Never had that. No,
really.
Maybe that's bad, but like, no, I literally not even for a minute. No,
you're making my heart.
You're intimidating. Like, you're a very intimidating person. You are.
Me?
Yes. You look sweet.
I just always liked your energy. I was like, I like this girl. I vibe with her, and I've always had female friends. Some people struggle with that. I've been so fortunate.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
women. No, you look sweet and innocent, but I've seen you go off on people, and I don't want no part of that, man, because it's scary when you go off.
No, Ruby, that's what I'm saying. Like, Ruby, I've just seen you like go off on people, and obviously I've seen what had happened.
Dude, I've had that very
probably, you know, like I just had made that assumption because I was like, oh, she just went through all this shit, so maybe she'll think like I'm coming out to get her too, and like I'm not, like, and I just hoped you never thought that.
I got that energy from you at all, but I am naturally trusting, and it has burned me. So I think it's good. But I instantly, the second, like when we met in the Halloween show, I was like, your vibe was awesome. Then we got to know each other streaming, and the show is just like a natural, obvious choice. It was just like perfect.
Right.
You know?
100%.
Hey, if we do meet up, I have one request. If we do meet up, I can't drive apparently, you know, because of the whole.
Well, not gonna lie, guys. I was gonna say I'm the designated driver. Like, I'm the best driver. I've been driving. I love to drive, and yeah, that's it. So you guys don't need a driver. I'm right here.
Like, I'll need it from the airport to wherever.
All right, bet. I got you guys. Would you say that Lo was conceited just based on how
pretty she is?
US were ridiculous, or it's a bit odd, guys. Like, because you have to be like, don't get me wrong. Like, I am a little conceited. Like, because, you know, I will say, oh, like, I love myself the most, and I think I'm the most prettiest, but that's also because I only live in my own world, so why would I not think that of myself? but you have to be humble as fuck. Like, we aren't deserving of anything. No one is better than the other person, and who am I? Literally, like, nobody. So,
exactly.
but at the same
It's
time,
rare on the internet though. There's a lot of there are like
right,
So
but
I probably should be less trusting, but like I just never got a bad vibe. So.
well,
You're the amazing low. That's who you are. The amazing low.
Stop. I appreciate this stuff because somebody called me Crooked Low.
No,
dude, dude, this is why I freaked out. Dude, that pissed me off, dude. Like, I was like, it was so out of nowhere. That was just blew my mind.
Do you want me to tell you why you two get so much hate?
Why?
Yeah, I want to hear your opinion.
Here's one of the reasons, and I'm being dead serious with you. I'm being dead off. Because you're the type of girls that guys like me dream about. As far as looks. No, as far as looks wise, you guys really are. And guys get mad that they can't have you. And so they turn.
Well, what's your opinion about on the women's side? Like, why do women hate us?
I mean, it's more just one man. I think there's only one female hater of us.
I don't know. I got a couple.
Oh, you did?
You know how guys get together and everything turns into a testosterone contest?
Dude, no, and I get like angry. You've had guys freak out on you, calling you like the N-word and just weird animosity sometimes. But I'm getting used to it. And I was a webcam model before, so I dealt with like that kind of weirdness online.
I'm surprised. I can give you one girl right now, another one, that Mackenzie girl who came into your chat and was like trying to say, she was just like, oh, I can see right through you, Lo. And I'm like, who are you? Like, what? And she's like, I know you from John Galt Show. And I'm like, okay. And she
you mean Mackenzie from Grace's chat?
Yeah.
I like Mackenzie, man. She's always treated me all
and
right.
that's what I'm saying. She was in John's chat and I never had a problem. Like, that's what I'm saying. Most of the beefs that I have, not more than most, all of the beefs that I have are one-sided. Like, these people have beefs with me, but I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. And then you comment one day and you're like, I hate you, Lo. And I'm like, yeah. What the fuck?
See,
where are you on YouTube? So it's like, where are you even pulling this from? People just assume bad intention.
Like, I always got along with her. I was kind of confused how she was beefing with you guys.
So I like Stevie. Stevie's a good dude, he seems like.
Dude, he's an OG Ruby supporter. He's been around for a long time, and he's
on and off for not counting the years you disappeared, but
yeah, true.
On and off
I
5 or 6 years
for a couple years, but like he was around for the first my first run at YouTube, like before I relapsed. Then I came back, and you were one of the few people who saw there was a point when I was psychotic and streamed a psychotic episode,
that
or at least part of it, I just deleted it. I almost wish I had it because I'm like,
okay,
I tried, but I didn't even want it to exist. I was like, I don't even want it. I'm so embarrassed. It's horrible.
Around that time, I tried to save 1 or 2 of them because there were some legit funny moments in them, but the files were corrupted.
See, look at BB's comment.
So
she said my first interaction with Ruby was her calling me a whore. I love her.
I don't want to be reactive anymore. I don't want to call people whore bitches, but
But no,
I use that language very flippantly. And I forget how it hits sometimes.
But you know what? I find that when women argue, they tell the truth. More than men do.
I mean, it depends. It depends.
No, I mean, the real feelings come out. When they're really going at it, you're like, let me tell you something, bitch. All that stuff.
That is true if you know the woman personally, but in BB and Ruby's case, it wasn't like that. And I feel like I'm just so glad that you and BB obviously got past that shit because BB is such the greatest person ever, and you're such the greatest person ever.
No, and BB's awesome. I just I was getting a lot of shit for a long time, and it's tapered down a little bit, but it definitely had me on the lookout and just reactive, and that's why I'm trying to move away from that, that whole.
Well, if I caused you any grief, Miss Ruby, I am so sorry.
Oh, you are totally a-okay in my book, and we really do appreciate the time. You really made this episode so special.
I think so.
I'm ready to shut down. You guys are.
See, and it's I love when people get past. I want to make up with Lynx. People are messaging me, being like, "We want to host a fight with you and Lynx." And I was like, if I talk to her, I just want to make up with her. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like most people they always their first maybe interaction is made on a misunderstanding, if you understand. Like,
oh yeah, chat is full of misunderstandings.
And yeah, like, see, I gotta shout out Universal Jones. He tells me this one thing all the time, like, basically you have to make an impression, but he uses it in the YouTube aspect, but I'm going to use it in just like a real life aspect. He basically says like, you need to have like 3 impressions on something before you actually like want to get into it, or you like it, or you want to start watching something, or like whatever, right? And it's kind of like that in real life. Like, I feel like, and with the statement that I just made. So if somebody only meets you once and they, you know, they just hate you for no reason, like, I feel like that's not valid enough to just hate someone. You got to meet them like 1 or 2 times to really get this like formed understanding on someone.
Pick their brain a little bit.
Exactly. And but that's what just made me think of that for sure.
Well, in real life, I'm more amped up than I am on here. Like I'm like Ruby, but I'm a little bit more controlled. Ruby, no offense.
I'm trying to get there. Well, I'm still pretty new and
you're a baby. You're a baby.
So I'm still finding my footing and just trying to be a person again, and just. It is what it is, I'm really
Ruby, sweetheart, you're a wonderful person already. Stop trying to be something that you already are.
That's what I'm saying, Ruby. You gotta stop being so hard on yourself. Like, I feel like you just don't see. And no, believe me, I fall victim.
It's hard to tell because I try to take input online seriously, but I don't know what I should,
Obviously,
more
this channel's advice you should take, Ruby, because
obviously, yeah, I
exactly lead you astray. Absolutely not. I got my girls back to the end. What? I don't care, Ruby. We're Gucci over here. So,
Ruby, remember this. Remember one thing, okay? Look at where you are, and look at where you came from, and look at where you was before that. My God, you've bounced back, kid. You've made it.
Oh, we're proud of you.
You're alive.
Thank you. I really do. I appreciate that. And
you're a good person, dude. For real. Stop torturing yourself, man. Stop. You're too good for that. You really are. Stop. Get some help.
You're gonna make me cry again.
I am too. Stop.
I mean, I try, but like I do think the show has been a great support for me and like aspiration and just keep it on my mind to try to stay elevated and in my higher self and not stewing in any of the like spiritual poisons that are out there and thoughts. And
I love you, but I'm gonna get on you. You gotta stop that self-deprivation, man. You're too good of a person.
I know. I do it very like I say it very like flippant, like I just without like thinking. And I'm used to being just relentlessly shit on, like by chat. For my first YouTube collab was with Grace and their chat. How it could be pretty.
Ruby,
brutal.
look at EAE's comment.
I told Lo that Ruby is someone I think I could trust with my social security number, and I don't even know her. That's how cool she seems. Then I'm like, later she demoted me, and I'm like, hey, but I didn't ban you, okay?
He did something. I was like, Ruby is so trusting. Like, I would be able to like go to Ruby's house and just give her like whatever. Like, here, I need you to hold my phone, my dog, my mom. Like, just keep these.
I just wouldn't. I could never live with like even at my job when I ran out of garbage bags the other day and I was like, I don't want to fucking buy garbage bags. So they're at my job, and I had that struggle. Like, I just want to take some garbage bags. And it's important for me not to do that, ever. I just can't.
But did you take them?
No, I didn't.
Good for you. Good for you, because I would have took that shit.
I will not even take a pen now. I'm so serious because it's not worth the spiritual toll. I'm so sensitive to everything that like the guilt it would set off would fuck my head up more than $8 of garbage bags, for sure. In my opinion.
Man, when I leave these hospital rooms, ain't a glove, a gauze, or nothing left. I pay for it anyway.
I used to be more. I would always like be so klepto and like, as long as it was like from a big store, I wouldn't. But I'm trying just to always just try to live in integrity and more than I used to. It's important to me.
Dude, these are the best blankets. These are hospital blankets. I got like 9 of them, but I didn't steal.
Hospital blankets are nice.
I did stock up in hospital sock. I mean, I asked for extra though, so I feel like that's a little.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, this is dirty. Can I take it home?" They're like, "Go ahead."
Oh yeah, I'll ask to take home anything. I'll be like, "Is this free? Can I take this?" I love hospital socks.
That's most things at hospitals they want you to take because they got to refill it anyway. So,
dude, I got so many of them damn pink foot pans. I'm so sick of them. They cost like $90.
I used to have just like hella hospital socks, and my grandma used to go to the hospital all the time, so she would just give me all of her hospital socks. But then eventually, like now they're uncomfortable to me because they don't have that shape at the bottom.
Particularly comfortable. I just like
they're not comfortable. It's just nice. I like the rubber on them that it makes me like stick to the floor, but at the same time they're very comfortable on my ankles because they have no structure. They're just a tube, literally. They're just a tube.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my God, what do you weigh? 90 pounds? I mean, of course you
I weigh like 117.
Oh my God. You need some Southern cooking, girl. You need some
Dude, that's like I would love to weigh 117. I mean, at my skinniest, I got to like 105, but I looked way too skinny.
Yeah,
I feel fine where I'm at, but I want to lose like another 10 pounds.
I can't know.
Ruby's perfect. Ruby's
under,
perfect.
like,
yeah.
When I get under like 115, that's when like I start to like eat hella because I can't be under 115 because I'm also tall, so it's like I am
how tall are you? I didn't realize. I don't know. I guess you were like 5'6", 7.
I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9".
5'9"? Really?
Oh, damn, you taller than I am. I'm a short bald.
People always think I'm short. I'm 5'4". People think I'm gonna be taller for some reason.
Oh my God!
I don't know why.
But that's still in the like average range. That's beautiful. You're a model.
I mean, no, I feel like I'm maybe just a little underweight, but at the same time, like I'm not even gonna lie, guys. I really am a big back, but I have a very, very fucking high metabolism, and I can't gain weight. I can't gain weight. Like there's nothing I can do. Like my highest that I've ever gotten, and this is back when like I was like probably like 17 or 18 years old. It was like 135. That was the highest I've ever weighed ever. So like I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Hey, if we
I don't think you eat.
Can I cook for you guys?
Yes.
I'm vegetarian, so it's a little, but I'll eat pretty much anything as long as it's
what kind of food you like? I can do
Oh no, you're vegan. You don't even eat cheese.
I mean, I try not to do cheese because I don't really like it that much, but I'm flexible with dairy and eggs sometimes.
I can do French, Italian, Mexican, and Mediterranean food.
I love Mexican. I love tacos and burritos. I've been getting burritos.
Like I mean real Italian food. Like not the stuff that you get at the store. I'm talking like squid and fish and real Italian food. Like
metabolism changed for me. It was like in my 20s when my metabolism changed. Like everyone's different with that.
No, that's facts though. But at the same time, I'm always gonna take care of my body. And like I said, I don't really want to have kids, so I probably will stay the same size forever. Honestly, I really think that's gonna be me. So I can just imagine myself as like a little like 80-year-old grandma, and I just like grew a couple inches.
Oh, look at that.
Who says your metabolism stops at 30? I weighed 400 pounds this time last year. No, I'm sorry, 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big boy.
Because I saw it's like in your clinic thing, it said like obesity, and I was like, I don't really see it, but like, whatever. I don't. Sometimes people are obese, you're surprised by it, but like.
No, I'm 170 now.
Wow.
No, Get Crack said good job, and I agree. Like,
we have like a health and fitness part of it. Angelz too, like a fitness club.
I love Tommy.
Yeah, what's up, Tommy? We're wrapping up. Maybe I'll put on like a kitten beauty, or I don't know. We could just wrap up.
Tommy looks mad, man.
Yeah.
Tommy always looks like that.
No, man. Tommy usually says hi.
You're muted.
Yes, I'm muted. I was muted.
You were muted.
Oh my God!
It wasn't me.
Dude.
What's up, Tommy?
It wasn't you. Jimmy, damn it. See, there it is. I knew I had one of my TVs on. One second. I apologize. What an amateur.
Amateur could never be me. Could never.
Yeah, Ruby, we need a rap for Jimmy. And salute to Jimmy. We need a rap.
We're all about Jimmy. He started fat, now he's skinny. He's giving us big plans and ideas and dreams, giving us feeling like he knows what he means. He keeps it 100. He's going far, and he makes me feel like I'm a fucking superstar.
Okay,
there you go.
I don't know the manic bars that I have when I'm manic.
Yes, Ruby, I love that.
Tommy's my man, and he didn't say nothing. And I love Tommy. Damn.
Yeah, Tommy, how dare you miss the wrap of the year?
No. Now I'm in. I just
it's too late. The moment's gone.
I love you, Tommy.
Forever.
I love you, bro.
The moment was gone. I did hear it. Boom, 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 boom. I know. I heard it. I heard it. Like
looking like he came out from the movie The Thing. Looking like that dog with all those heads, feeling so crazy like you might be dead. Oh.
Okay. How many people know what the movie The Thing is here? Can we?
That was just for you, baby. That was just for you.
Nobody knows the movie The Thing.
I know
it's a famous movie.
The Thing.
You talking about the old
then there's the original version?
Yeah.
John Carpenter.
So
that movie, I like want to watch that like tonight. Oh my god, it's one of my all-time favorites. That, Jurassic Park, and Hereditary.
What? Okay, Hereditary. Now we're talking. So I just bought.
I love the other one that guy did.
Not the Robert Eggers. Or no. Hold on. Midsummer.
Midsummer. I loved it. Yeah. I loved that. That was
I'm a weirdo for horror movies like that as well.
Did he do Midsummer?
The guy that did
the same guy who did the other movie, Hereditary.
Yes. And then he did one. He has 3 now. I'm pretty sure.
I would love whatever he does. I fucking
sure.
I want to see it. Whatever it is. I'm in. Sure. I don't even know his name, but I just loved it. I fucking love it.
Did you like Nosferatu?
I haven't watched it yet. So what has happened is I went into Amazon. That's what I'm coming into, is to have an Amazon. Don't flick your. I feel like she's flicking me off with that, and I'm not going to be sensitive.
Oh my god, that's not.
But why I'm coming in here is I wanted to buy. So I saw on Discord that you could support. I didn't even know it was your birthday. I was going to do it for Valentine's Day. And so I go in there and I see a bodysuit. I see.
Dude, it's a turtleneck that attaches.
You know what I meant.
You're acting like it's a porn outfit.
You know what I meant.
You already have got shorts on. You're good.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But
God,
it was the top thing, guys. So TK's in there. I'm trying to spread a little something on the ladies that for this last year that I have entertained me. Might as well I not give them something to show respect, right? I'm not being. Is that a simp? Is that a simp, or is that just a gentleman?
I mean, when I have money, I also like supporting channels and supporting.
Good for you, Tommy.
That is true. 100%.
Yeah,
so I don't think it's intrinsically simping, but there could be a simping element to it.
Well, if you would have read the message that I sent in the, because I got like 250 letters.
Wait, 250 letters in Cash App?
I'm kidding. I don't know.
Letters in there.
No, so if you go into your Cash App, you'll see. So every gift, I put the amount, and I sent Cash App for those, because what happened is, on your Amazon, it gets to a certain point where it sends who you want to send it to, and your registry doesn't give an option to like give a private address.
So it just has. Does that have my full address, or does it just say
my address? It just gives me my address.
Oh, and it gives your full. Oh,
so I couldn't
there's no way to just like. Oh, okay.
No, you can't. You can't. So what it is, there must be a spot where, because I've sent a few other things someone else, and there's a way that it says just the town and state or whatever, and then whatever, it just is that. Yours just doesn't say anything, and it only gave me my address as an option. Okay. So then I was like, this, I ain't gonna fucking, and then you have me obviously blocked everywhere, so say anything
for reasons.
So then, and then
that we're I got like 15, over, but guess what? You are up here. So
I only had 15 letters. I only had 15 letters in Cash App to be like, Amazon wish list weird. And you're like, what the fuck?
I just saw, yeah, I put it together. I got the memo. And I'm going to get the turtleneck, the very demure turtleneck that happens to snap at the bottom.
Did you see that? Is it snap at the bottom? Why did you just say that right now? We're supposed to be incels. We are incels.
I'll pull up what we're talking about.
Don't.
Do you have an Amazon wish list finally?
I know. After years of people like asking to get me gifts, I finally freaking made one. I don't know why I'm so dumb at making stuff like this for no reason. It took 2 seconds.
Yeah, and I did. I was gonna satisfy that list. The top thing is this. It's there, guys. Okay, so exposed TK. Tommy doesn't mind. This is gonna be. I saw it and I hit the button really quick, actually. So Ruby.
Oh, it's Amazon.
And you did have, what was when the camera panned down at your thigh area earlier?
Oh, dude, that was nothing.
No. No. When you guys see what she wants her Sims to buy her?
Shut up. Dude, what she wants her Sims to buy her? It was the only thing that I was like,
I'm playing.
What was it? It was like I just looked up like turtleneck. Like
fine, yeah, a turtleneck.
Turtleneck.
All I saw was a one-piece sexy thing.
Body. Okay, so.
Well, if it's a bodysuit, turtleneck. That's
it was like the Skims kind of color.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Right?
So I went.
I love turtlenecks, and I don't like when they like ride up. So like, oh, there's a solution here.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe I'll get this.
So TK was like this. Damn, is this what mommy wants? If this is what mommy really wants, I gotta buy
you don't gonna wear it with pants though. It's not like
I get how you're gonna wear it. You're definitely not.
Are you sure?
That's fine. That's fine. So what I did is, what happens is when you try to buy that for you, right? It doesn't. It gets you all the way to a certain part of the checkout, and then it goes my card, and then it goes into wait. You're not that thick. Don't. You're not that thick. But I get the energy. Trust me, I got the energy.
And the thickness of that model has nothing to do with the bodysuit.
I knew what Ruby wanted. Trust me. Why do you think I bought it within a heartbeat? So I sent her the money. I
will buy it. I will order it. I will order it.
I did, and I sent it, and I go like this. This is exactly how much this costs. Amazon wish list didn't let it send to you, right? Because
I need now that I'm so tiny from losing weight. I need new clothes. All my clothes
and that's understandable, and that's why this is week one. People need to know that you have a gentleman that is willing to help out for all the other gentlemen, because we're all going to see Ruby in this. It's going to make her feel good. It's going to bring. Right. What it is, it's an energy of supporting the streamer, right? And when you get it, you might feel and put a little sass out there, and we're going to get a great stream. And then, so Lo, I don't have your shop. I want actually crafts, and it's not weird. I'm not saying I don't want.
I was saying like we should put stuff for Angels. I put like a pack of hats
because I bought the hats
and an angel. I put angel wings on it.
So the hats, right?
Do beanies. Do you
want beanies? It's $35. It was a $35 thing. I was gonna do 2 things, and I saw the hats. Right? They don't send you. Like I say, it doesn't send. So I sent you the money. And it was just like,
wait, but why wouldn't I don't get what do I have to do on my end?
I don't know. I really don't know. I really have never made a wish list like that. What happens is when you're buying it for you, it works. Like it says Ruby SpaceX wish list, right? And I can pick what I want, and then I put it in my cart. When I hit cart, it then goes to use this address, and then it brings up my addresses. But now I've bought something for a wish list before, and the primary would be that person's, and it doesn't show the address. It just shows like a town. And it doesn't show no information. It just says like that person.
I'll look in like my settings. Right? Yeah.
I actually, I bought somebody something a while back, and it doesn't show.
It doesn't show anything. And so I didn't know if you were tripping on that, and that's why we can only talk to each other, because I even sent it Discord message, and you're like this. Fuck yeah. I already know what you do in my Discord messages. I'll confess all this stuff. I know what you do. You like look at them and laugh.
That's not true, okay? Listen, I'll unblock you.
I don't even know if I'm blocked. I might be having conversations with myself.
Well, I was just upset because you like, well, whatever. The past is the past. We're all happy. And I think we should wrap though. We had a great episode.
Yeah, definitely. What I wanted to say was Tumorhead.
Been a long day. Been working at the bookstore filing.
Nice.
Now I'm out whiling.
Go ahead.
With you, Miss. Thank you for last night. I thought that went way better than it should.
I think you definitely got me some clips last night. And
no, I better not have had no clips.
No, you did. When you and Imperious, I put both of you on the solo screen. You rambled for a minute and said some stuff.
I missing the best shit.
No. It was flat Earth.
Even though they kept me up, Ruby. They kept me up. My stream turned in. It was supposed to be like a 3-hour stream. It turned into a 7.5-hour stream.
Yeah, and then there was a gentleman that wanted to check me with money. He money checked me last night, and that's who I wanna. Because you have a Cash App, right?
Love. Who, me?
Yes. And then last night there was this little he was like Ride. You remember Ride on this stream?
Yeah.
Right. He's like Ride's little chihuahua. There was a little chihuahua, and
who's the chihuahua?
Wait, who are you talking about though?
So the dude that was not tough guy, right? But the guy that was like, Tommy, fucking do this.
that was a
Villanuevo. I was calling him Villanuevo.
His name is Vacabon.
So Vacabon and I. So he wanted to think that I didn't have no dollars. He was getting real cute with trying to smash me around. And then he ended the night. I went to bed and I left it on. And he goes like this. There's one thing, boys, that we can't do. Low can't fall for a guy like TK.
Oh my god!
He goes, did you see the size of his neck? And I'm like an hour and a half gone. And he's like this.
LOL Angels. Can we shout out the Unmodern Maiden? Unmodern Maiden. Shout out to
Unmodern Maiden.
Yeah, shout out. Hopefully they're not like some like Nazi website or something.
Yeah,
it sounds a little like it could be that. What? Shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, I'm glad we're good, bro.
Before anybody, Get Crack was in the chat. He called that shit.
What,
Tommy, I'm glad we good, man.
You already knew that we were good.
I love you, brother.
Yeah. One, I felt bad the other night when so I'm overshooting Ruby, and Ruby hates me a lot, right? And I'm like, Ruby, get this motherfucker in chat. And she's like, Tommy, I don't listen to the words you say.
I was suspicious. I told him, I was like, people fuck with me a lot, so I don't even know what's for real. Or like, oh, this guy's a great guy, and it's gonna be someone dick flashing me, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, yeah.
Tommy was actually one of the guys who was trying to get me to side over with you to come over here earlier, and I didn't. Tommy was one of the guys rooting for you over in Discord.
No. I'm a piece of garbage. It's
true. He's rooting for me. He's rooting for me.
Red-handed, red
Tommy's
shirt.
got a heart, dude. Don't let him fool you. Tommy's got a heart.
No,
he looks mean and he's big.
That's right. He's a frequent flyer of the ban list, but he's also frequent.
He's a frequent flyer of the
you're on the no-fly, the no-fly. Frequent flyer of the ban list only because of like
that's funny. I know I'm allegiant, I guess.
But I don't care. I'm not. There's no one has to choose between me.
I'm kidding.
It's a weird dichotomy. I'm very flattered to be competing with such a young woman. You know, I'm like, I'm still.
What do you think I feel like? I'm 60. I'm 60 years old, and these motherfuckers are trying to knock me around. I'm like this, boys. I'm the grandpa around here.
I know.
The fuck, Ruby and I should be the old fucking bogeys, fucking walking around like, what's up with y'all cats?
I don't know. I'm pretty old, King.
That's what I know. We're the old at. Stevie, when we do this IRL local angel meetup, I do want to share a bedroom with you. And please,
we all
you guys, there's some great hotels like right downtown.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, because I'm
like
a weirdo. Yeah, I'm a
we'll all share
Ruby,
the
I was
same-
hoping to stay
all
with
of us
you
in
so
the
I
same
could stare
bedroom.
into my eyes.
My thing was I over excess, and now I'm just free and clear to like overindulge. And so even if I do meet up with any YouTuber shit, I'm gonna spend 500 more bucks just to fucking have a spot or fucking let them hang it. Like people, instead of being so weird, like, and I'm not saying your Vegas thing was weird, but at the same time there was a lot of
Okay, I think this is moving past LOL Angels.
What are you getting so weird? What I didn't say I would go and sniff her
I
ass.
didn't think I didn't think I had a blast on Vegas, but I know that there were some highs and lows.
At that stream?
There were highs and lows.
Do you know how
What's
bad
up?
I wanted to be there when they were doing that, and I felt like I had the money, and I'm like this.
Why didn't you then? You could have.
I asked to go, and you said it was just you, Ava, and Prawn.
Yes, and I was on probation.
Oh, well, okay. After this, I'm like jumping around in timelines, but eventually we gave up on adding anyone else because there was so much drama.
There was a lot
Dan
of
was
hate.
removed and added and back and then removed. Then he's posting my porn names all over, and this person we're adding is doing this, and then eventually we just narrowed it. It was only us 3, and then also,
I was supposed to go.
But there was like a lot of people who were like potentially, and then whatever. But there was a lot of learning curves there, but it was a good time. Anyway, we're getting a little sidetracked. This year is gonna be different and superior in every quantifiable way. I believe it fully in my bones.
I would love to have. Oh, if we could get Ava to also meet up too. I want to talk 90s hip hop with her.
Dude, I would love to. I've been wanting. Yeah, I would get Ava out. She's like not fleeing YouTube forever.
Thank you for always being a nice woman last night. I will figure out I do want a blanket or something. I'll figure that out before.
Well, my blanket form is in my description of my channel.
Yeah. And I do, and will support. I like supporting streamers that are doing shit like this. Ruby, you obviously saw that I overindulged for your birthday and Valentine's Day. You are a jerk. Stevie, let's do this. And then Jimmy, you're a badass dude. Thank you guys for even letting me even talk this evening, and to know that I am just a regular motherfucker. And I appreciate what you guys do. And every night that you guys are streaming, know that it's like a friendship. Honestly, it is. It's different than you guys might think. So I appreciate
No, we're trying to build a real
I love that, Tommy.
In the chat.
King, you a real king, bro. You are a real king, bro.
Oh yeah.
I love you guys. Thank you.
All right. Well, let me clear you guys off. Thank you so much.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Love you, Jimmy. Love you so much for coming on, for real. Like, you were the best guest ever. And obviously, shout out to the Bubbles also.
Anytime,
dude, yeah, seriously, that was your story. I was really touched by the things you said, but yeah, it was a love fest. Great episode.
Let's
really
not get back into like
I know. I need to it's not cry.
Well, I love you, beautiful eyes. How's that? Your beautiful eyes to me from now on.
Oh, stop.
Very sweet. I appreciate all the compliments.
And
no, there's so much negative. I love the positive.
You are still invited to next week's episode if you want to do like your light up contacts or whatever. So
if I can dig them out, I will. Okay,
all right, we'll talk in the Discord. Thank you for coming up. And then there were 2. That was fun. We were all over the place there, but that was
no, I think honestly this stream was really, really good. I loved this stream. His story really I don't know, it just sat with me, and hearing people's stories, and obviously his being at the age of 12, it really hit me just because obviously I didn't go through anything like that. And it just gives you a good reminder of so many more people have gone through so much more things. And we just got to keep pushing through what we're going through, because we just don't have the option to give up anymore. If it is the end time,
you don't know what someone is going through it in a moment. And it's, I can't stress that enough. I almost forgot about the prayer book.
I was gonna say you got to read the daily devotional, and then we can say our last final goodbyes. But good episode. Thank you. Talmit says thank you for sharing, Jimmy. Bean, LOL Angels episode 4. Absolutely, guys. Shout out to you. Kevin, Gamer of the Damned. It was a wonderful stream. Thank you. Weird H&K, Yeti Life, BB, of course, my girl. Alex, who else do we got here? OPC, of course. Kidder Tony, or Killer Tony, if that's how, whatever, however, I'm sorry. I'm not however, but however you say your name. Mr. Stinky Brew, shout out to you. Your art is amazing. Shout out to me and Ruby. Shout out to our channels. Guys, like the video, please, and subscribe if you haven't. If you love today's positivity and hope and everything. So go ahead, Ruby.
All right. So it's February 5th. That's necessary to decrease.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. And big W, the biggest shout out to God. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, always.
always.
It is necessary for him to increase and for me to decrease. John 3:30. John the Baptizer was the one who prepared the way for the coming of the Lord. Isaiah 43 prophesies his role. A thunderous voice cries out in wilderness, prepare for Yahweh arrival. Make a highway straight through the desert for our God. Mark 1:14 says it even more clearly. John the Baptizer was the messenger who appeared in the wilderness, preaching baptism of repentance for the complete cancellation of sins. Having fulfilled his role, John knew that he had to pass the baton, so to speak. It was time for Jesus' influence to increase while John's own decreased. That is for me because I've been praying so much to have my will align with God's will, not whatever.
No, stop. I was actually just talking about John the Baptizer.
Dude, and also
it's more. He's like one of my favorite Bible characters, and just that part where you read, oh, he was out in the wilderness suddenly preaching God's word. Like, it kind of just reminds me of myself because I became a quote unquote Bible thumper out of nowhere, and people look at me like, what the fuck, this girl's preaching.
Dude, me too. It was a big left turn, and I'm still trying to process it all. It said at times, especially during transition, holding on to our previous influence may hinder what needs to happen. We cannot hold on to old patterns when new seasons are upon us. We recognize the times when we must decrease so another can increase, letting go and embracing transition instead of resisting the change. And the prayer is, Lord, the more of you I get to know, the more I realize that life is cyclical and change is not a threat. I yield to your leadership, even when it means I am less prominent than I once was. Amen. Amen for that, for real. Because
praise to the Most High. I love God, guys, like more than anything, obviously, on this planet, on this earth, on whatever, however you want to call it. He's just too good. He blessed us with this opportunity, this platform to talk to you guys, to be here for people, for me and Ruby to connect and become fucking friends forever. And yeah, I just love him. And he loves you guys, or we love you guys, but he loves you guys even more. So just remember that he's always with you. You're never alone, even if you feel like it. Just reach out.
Yeah, and don't forget, subscribe, like, join the Discord, and get involved in the community. We like to hear from everyone. We're having people posting their art and things that are inspiring them, and we love the contribution from the community has been freaking amazing and very inspiring. So, and we'll close.
Thank you guys. Wait, Ruby, so before you ended, do you want to play the outro? I know you said last time you want to play. Love you guys so much. I hope you guys have the greatest night ever. And I'm probably gonna stream honestly after this. I'm not about to say I want to go on the game, but I love you, Ruby.
Freezing on me to do the. Oh, here we go. All right.
Love you, Ruby. Love you guys.
Love
Bye.
You. Bye.
Love you.